Hey y'all, it's good to be back. Just making sure everything is how it needs to be. Yep, I can hear that just fine. Let me know if anything sounds bad or too low or whatever. Trying to make sure I can see all the chats. Almost there, I promise. Oh, this looks good though. Okay. There we go. My mic is real low. My background is grainy. Yeah, let me try to fix it. Too much. Let me see. Is that any better? Okay, let me actually click into the game. I think I just gotta be real up on it. Is that better? Oh, that looks really pretty. Try to speak up a bit. Okay, I'll just speak louder. Is that better? Also, sorry, it's still kind of low. Let me turn things down. Right? It sucks because I hear myself so well. Let me see. Yeah, no, the game seems really cool. Um, it's another visual novel game. Sorry, I keep getting drawn to these games. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping I can make this sound better. I swear I've been having nothing but technical issues. I don't blame you. You love this kind of story, right? It's let me. I never even remember the description. I just typed. Um, but if I remember the name correctly, Sayoko. Yeah, Sayoko. We're following her story of trying to return home, but she has to recover um, forgotten memories and investigate this mysterious girl. Um, so yeah, I'm intrigued. Storybook style, uh, visual novel, and yeah, I think it'll be really interesting. Ooh. I thought that was my mic for a second, but no, that was the game. Had to turn that down a little bit. Okay. Mm, I'm gonna try to mess with the night settings to see if it helps.
Is that better? Oh, yeah, that's way better. Yeah, I had the wrong setting. That's on me. Well, I'm glad we figured that out. Thank you. Thank you, Mega Boy. Okay. I also don't want to be too loud. How's that? Good. Okay. Good, good, good. Okay, great. Um so yeah, Ghostopia. We're gonna be solving mysteries in a ghost town. I'm really intrigued. This got really good ratings. Came out in May 2023. Published by PQube. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. So yeah, without further ado, let's hop in. Well, actually, before we hop in, I really miss y'all. I miss this. I was busy all of September, and yeah, no, I didn't get to do shit, and I missed it. I was really thinking about playing stuff for a while, and just really wanted to stream a lot of it. So I'm glad I'm able to. But yeah, now let's dive in. Ghostopia season 1, episode 1. There's a new townsperson in town. All right, yeah. Oh wait. Okay, yeah, it should be connected. Good. Okay. Do you want to start reading from episode 1? Yes. Basic controls. Press A to progress through the story. You can always press this to go back. I'll have to read a little faster. It's been a long journey. It's dark by the time I get out of the station. Oh wait, hold on. I feel like happy to see you playing again. Oh, thank you. That is so sweet. I appreciate that. No, that's definitely right. Okay. Sorry. Immersed. A cold breeze blows and I suddenly want to go home. This is a ghost town. It's certainly lonely enough to have earned that name. Despite my reluctance, I quickly remember why I came here. To fulfill her wish. It's a promise I have to keep. I whisper to myself, I've come to see you. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I can already tell y'all did this. This looks really cool. Okay. Oh. I love the effects they have on it. It's been my dream to dream. Lately, I've been sleeping all the time, but I haven't dreamed at all. I want to dream. I want to escape from reality and go elsewhere. But no matter how much I sleep, the world of dreams just won't welcome me. Have I ever even had a dream? I'm not quite sure myself. And thus, I'm on the precipice of awakening. My body slowly floats up from the darkness of dreamless sleep, reminding me that I do have a body, and I'm not just part of the puddle of dream goo. but I want to sleep longer. I grab a hold of sleep's tail and try to sink myself back into the goo. When I let out a yawn and open my eyelids, I recognize the sound of a ringing phone, so that's what woke me up. That trifling realization sends sparks flying within my brain, instantly casting aside my drowsiness. I've awoken what I've woken up once again. My heart feels cold, heavy, as if someone had poured icy water into the empty hole in my chest. I look outside the window. It's almost dawn. Everyone's starting to go home. The air is hurried and restless, but also somehow satisfied and overflowing with hope. I love this. I love how this looks. This looks so good. And then my heart gets another degree colder. Let's go. I quickly grab a change of clothes, put on my coat, and head to the door leading out of my one room apartment. I'm really trying to take the time to appreciate the visuals. Right? I love the style too. I wince at the cold sensation of the metal doorknob when I turn it. Once I walk through the hall and down the stairs, the door there leads outside. I love her look too. She totally looks like a little detective. It's the same outside as ever. Thick snow covers the ground. Like always, good thing I brought my boots. A cursory glance at a nearby brick fence reveals graffiti in a language foreign to me. A cursory glance at a nearby brick fence reveals graffiti in a language foreign to me. Behind it, in the distance, are buildings covered in pastel candy-like colors, except they're now faded, dull, and ambiguous. Love this. There aren't many tall buildings. What does stand out, though, is the cylinder thrusting forth from the middle of the town, as well as the peculiar silhouette of a church in the distance that almost looks like it's got an onion on top. Yeah, that is very interesting. Very peculiar. In any case, I've got the feeling that this isn't the place where I belong. Yeah, it is beautiful, but it does look off. This is a ghost town. Someone decided it'd be called that. Or rather, that's all anyone's ever called it. This is a ghost town after all. There's not much else here, so if you're not going to name the town after its inhabitants, what else are you going to call it? It's ghosts that live here. Or rather, that's all anyone's ever called them. I think that's the only thing they're comfortable calling themselves since they live forever and are active at night. They really are ghost-like in that sense. But I guess since the like part is off-putting, they've settled on just straight up calling themselves ghosts. Naturally, I'm a ghost myself. As dawn breaks and the ghosts go home, I head out into the ghost town. The horizon's starting to turn blue, so I'm sure it'll be dawn soon enough. Beautiful. I love this time of night, especially the sky. I do realize that I'm kind of basic for liking something as commonplace as the sky. I like this character. But watching the pitch black expanse gradually fade to navy, then to blue makes me feel somehow both excited and relaxed. I take a step forward and get confused. Why was I sounding so gloomy? I often space out and lose track of what I was thinking. I've been like this for longer than I can remember. I feel like a broken machine. If only I could keep these sad thoughts away. Not once have I ever been able to stop them. I start digging through my memory to try and remember what started that gloomy train of thought and walk outside, half asleep. My feet just started walking on their own. Someone once said that the subconscious part of our mind is larger than the conscious one. I passed through the small gate of the similarly small apartment complex. There are many footprints left in the snow, but they're all footprints heading home in the opposite direction that I'm headed. It seems like that lonely thought has set my memory into motion. I remember now, once again, I failed to dream. Then I got a phone call from that girl, which woke me up. I couldn't sit still, so I went outside. Ah, I wish I didn't remember that. But I suppose when you've forgotten something, it's human nature to try and remember it. That was a bar. The need to remember may not be at the top of the hierarchy of needs, but it's definitely pretty high up. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't, I muttered to myself as I tread through the snow. Damn, imagine being a ghost and you're still experiencing cringe from your past memories and experiences. Sucks. Yeah, I definitely identify that those late night thoughts of like, ooh, wish I wouldn't have done that. Ooh, cringe. When I reach the road, the snow has already been cleared, making it much easier to walk. There's not another soul on the road, but I can feel the gazes of the ghosts from inside their buildings. I can't say I like it, but it's better than seeing them face to face. There are many ghosts in this town, but as someone who currently doesn't have any friends, my one and only hobby is to walk around town early in the morning like this. It's nostalgic, melancholic, and yet somewhat exciting. That's how I always feel when I go for these walks. I walk through the shabby backdrop of the city streets until I could turn the corner and the scenery changes ever so slightly. I've reached the plaza in the middle of town. There are benches placed here and there, as well as the signboard of a cafe with a full view of the plaza. But it's not exactly a place with a calm, relaxing atmosphere. And that's due to the overwhelming presence of something that's the opposite of calm and relaxing. It's the center of the plaza. Oh, sorry. In the center of the plaza is the indiscernible stone wreckage of what probably used to be a fountain, and sticking out of it is a gigantic metal cylinder with fins. It's been here for ages. Its silhouette is simple and clear. So too is its purpose: destruction, complete and utter destruction. I know. I was literally just about to be like, yeesh. Yeesh indeed. There's no mistaking it. It's a missile. I have no way of knowing what sort of missile it is, but the fact of the matter is that it's a missile. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't know how long this town history goes, but ever since it became a ghost town, the missile's been there, apparently. Since it hasn't exploded, it's probably a dud. Mm. And strangely enough, the missile is packed with the names of the town's ghosts etched all over its surface, like some sort of memorial. Maybe it did explode, and yeah. Naturally, my name's on there too. I have no memory of writing it there, and yet there it is. Like a signature on the shady contract I've been deceived into signing. Maybe I'd be a little proud to have my name here if I'd like this town, but since I don't, it doesn't make me happy at all. Instead, it makes me feel like I've been bound to this depressing place, so if anything, I find it disgusting. Sukiya kick. I take 2 or 3 steps back, get a running start, and give the missile a good kick, right? Right, yeah. Specifically, I aim at the spot where my name is written. Someone speaks up from behind me. You idiot, what if it explodes? Anya. Shocked, I turn around to see a redheaded girl I recognize. She's a person, or rather, a ghost I'd rather not run into. Eep. That's one thing I haven't forgotten. What? It's not like I did anything. She may have not done anything, but I have, so I don't know what to say. Obviously, I'm not expecting her to do anything in retaliation, and it's not like I hate her or anything. But I don't know if what I've done maybe was some kind of taboo. Ow, ow. Yeah, I was about to say you kicked that hard. So all I can do is let out a pathetic groan. Hey, wait. I turn around and make a break for it. Oh. I run shamelessly, waving around my arms and legs. Anya, that redhead, appeared right behind me, so I have no choice but to make a loop around the town that's roughly shaped like a circle in order to get back home. I try to run fast, but my body just doesn't feel like it. I keep tripping and almost cry every time, but before I realize it, I'm back home. When I close the door behind me, I finally snap out of it. I can almost feel the wind blowing through my stomach. Now that I think about it, I haven't eaten anything in a long time. Well, it's not like I'm gonna die or anything. Crying. When I toss my coat off by the door, it starts melting from the bottom hem up. Interesting. Like an orange peel eats through a piece of styrofoam. It bubbles, melts, and forms droplets. Ugh. The boots I toss by the bed melt too, leaving behind useless heels and soles. And by the time I toss myself onto the bed, even my feet start to melt. Damn, they really do be goo. Even ghosts feel pain. Once the skin melts off, it exposes muscle that gets dry and stiff upon contact with the air. It hurts. Dang. The smallest flicker of air in the room causes me unbearable pain, as if rubbing irritants into open wounds. Ghosts can't survive the morning sun. The reason I kept tripping over myself on the way here may have been a result of losing part of my leg muscles. Thinking about that possibility helps distract me a little from the pain. Jeez, I feel like I was supposed to play this right now. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. But this is messed up. And I definitely did read some reviews that were like, yeah, this is a little horrifying. It's a bit messed up. But it's not as much of a problem as it may seem. It's no big deal, really. Isn't it? Nothing dies in this town. Just leave it alone for a while and everything will be back to how it should be. I don't know. To sleep is to temporarily lend your body to the darkness of slumber. By the time I wake up, my body will be back to normal. My legs will have healed and won't hurt anymore. Hopefully. This sure hurts. I speak up even though I know there's nobody there to respond. Well, it'd be nice if there was someone to respond, someone to sympathize with my pain. Oh. Maybe I'm a little lonely. Did a teardrop fall into my pillow or is it just my imagination? My eyes fall shut before I can find out. I'm gonna cry for this girl. Guaranteed before the end of this game. I can see a town off into the distance. I'm heading there at full speed. To the left and right is nothing but an endless snow desert. Up ahead, railroad tracks stretch far into the distance. Behind me, the railroad ties blur together, which is a sign that we must be going pretty fast. At this speed, I should be feeling the wind onto my skin, but I don't feel a thing on my body. It's only now that I realize I don't even have a body at all. Without a body, I exist as nothing more than a perspective that's somehow chugging along the railroad like a train. Without a body, I don't get tired, so I just aimlessly watch the scenery flow by. Once I'm about a few kilometers away from the town, I finally recognize it. That's the town I live in. That's a bit of a relief. At least it's not some strange, unknown territory. Before long, my trained self will arrive at the station. But as I gradually slow down, my body doesn't feel a thing, not even momentum. Suddenly, my perspective switches as if someone had turned the tuning dial on an old analog radio. My new perspective is facing the doors inside a train. I'm already at the station. The doors open automatically. There stands a girl. She pulls the corners of her mouth to the sides as if to say blah before telling me, "Welcome." The mouth on the side thing is killing me, not gonna lie. "Welcome. I've lived here for a long time, so I don't need anyone to welcome me." What's even going on? I try to tell her those things, but I can't speak at all. By the time I wake up, it's completely dark outside. Ghosts are nocturnal creatures, and thus the town's bustling with liveliness. No dreams again. The pain in my legs and the damage to my clothes have both vanished, as if nothing had happened. I'm just a little relieved. I think I woke up much earlier than usual. I check outside the window again as part of my daily habit to see how much time is left before sunrise. We need to talk. I haven't seen that electric bulletin board before. It looks pretty haphazardly made, too. There's wires poking out and duct tape stuck on here and there. It's probably handmade. It's been lazily stuck on the wall of a building facing my apartment. I've got a hunch as to who put it there. Almost everything in the world can be fixed with a little duct tape. I can still vividly remember her voice, but maybe that's because I actually heard her voice just yesterday. Ring! The phone starts to ring right on cue. I check to see if my socks are on and if my boots and coats are there. I comb my hair with my fingers, but it'll probably just get messy again. It's not like I've got time to fix it properly, though. I'm off. I turn the doorknob and pull hard. Not ignoring the call. Pacifica. What? When I open the door, I see a ghost standing in the common area of the apartment hallway. Is she a grown-up child? Or a childish adult? By appearances, she could go either way. But if you ask me, I know she's the former. I think she's beautiful. Yoo-hoo. Even as she starts talking, she doesn't stop filing her nails. She's number 2 on my list of people I'd rather not see right now. If it's not obvious, number 1 on that list is that red-headed girl, the ghost named Anya. Pacifica. Long time no see, Sayoko. When I hear her somewhat friendly tone, it takes everything I have to keep my mind from unraveling. Pacifica's very smart. I get the feeling that all of this was part of those girls' plans to get to me. Those 2 know me. Probably have for far longer than I've known them. I need to go on a walk. I know I can't oppose her, but I know I can't just not oppose her either. Listen to what I have to say, and you can go on as many walks as you'd like. This is interesting. I'm getting dizzy. Pacifica speaks softly, but has a firm fortitude. I don't think anyone can meaningfully oppose her in any way. The phone keeps ringing behind the door I just shut. It's kind of nauseating. But I'm sure you'll find what I have to say quite interesting. It's not like I don't want to hear it, but why me? Please don't get the wrong idea. I just need help. Help? Pacifica takes a step forward, closing the distance between us. My body tenses up. It's giving gay, not gonna lie. I can't be sure she isn't carrying a knife. Not like she isn't allowed to. Whatever, I'll just put up with it for now. It's not like I'll die or anything. Threatening? As I let my thoughts run wild, I suddenly smell something sweet, something relaxing. A new ghost has arrived. Pacifica brings her face up close and whispers in my ear. It sends shivers down my spine, blowing away both the nausea and the sleepiness. A new ghost? Pacifica's breath tickles my earlobes. The tips of my toes tingle and my shoulders freeze in place. Oh yeah, I guess ghosts breathe too, huh? Shh, not so loud. It's still a secret. Don't whisper in my ear. It's giving gay. It's giving gay. Like I said, not so loud. Pacifica's only whispering in my ear for secrecy's sake, but my ears are so sensitive, I can't focus on what she's saying. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it's giving gay to me. Okay, I'll listen. I'll hear you out at least. Really? Thank you. I thought you might say that. May I come into your room? Let's have a little private talk, woman to woman. Pacifica gently smiles from ear to ear, like a flower blooming. I feel guilty thinking that there's nothing about me that deserves a smile like that. I've got an inferiority complex about how I'll never be able to smile like that. Those two thoughts gouge out my heart. Oh, is a look gay, right? Pardon the intrusion. Since I haven't even locked the door yet, Pacifica opens it on her own and starts to walk in, but then stops in place. Whoa. Pacifica? I mustn't forget my ninja manners. Question mark? Ninja? Before she crosses the threshold into my home, Pacifica places her hands together and bows. What's up with that? I heard that this was a ninja custom. That's news to me. No way. Apparently, I'd become known as a ninja in this town without even knowing about it. Okay. That's kind of concerning in its own right, but for some reason, it feels oddly satisfying to see Pacifica blush. It's a pleasant sight, I guess. Yeah, it's giving it. Upon entering the room, Pacifica makes a beeline for the phone and picks it up. She simply says, yes, it's me. Yes, that's right. Yes, please wait. Goodbye. And then hangs up. I brought you something. Sorry, but could you boil some water? I place a pot on the stove and return to the table. Pacifica takes a bottle of instant coffee out of her handbag. She then takes out a tin of preserved biscuits. Ah. What's wrong, Sayoko? I was thinking that this is what I had for my last meal too. You mean when Anya made a mess on the crotch of her plain Jane overalls? Probably, yeah. I dropped the controller. I just wanted to get a drink of water. It's fine. Let's hope I didn't fuck this up. Uh, uh, I don't. Okay, we're good. Gotta be quicker than that. Crying. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's really this slippery ass skirt I have on. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Oh, I'm kind of hiding. Hang on. I think I should move myself. Maybe up here. Yeah, I'll do up here. Okay, cool. You can't see their cute little icons. Okay, let's get into it. Probably, yeah. How long ago was that? No idea. Well, I haven't had much of an appetite. It's not like I'll die anyway. My goodness. As I boil the water, I listen to Pacifica scold me, saying that I should take better care of myself and that it's not a matter of living or dying, and soon enough 2 cups of coffee are ready. She right though. She unseals the biscuit tin with a tug of the pull tab. Seems like a fairly decent meal to me. So, about that new ghost. I didn't realize the town could even get new ghosts. Of course it can't, or at least it shouldn't. That's what makes it such a mystery. The town has always had a set number of ghosts, 1,024 to be exact. That number's never increased nor decreased. Nobody's ever said anything about it, but I have figured it was some sort of eternal rule. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Sorry, I realized I didn't do something that I should do. This little music is cute though. Yeah, screw it. But I feel like adding one more ghost won't make much of a difference. Maybe someone decided 1025 was a nicer number. She's a girl around your age, Sayoko. I see. For some reason, my heart skips a beat. A second later, my chest feels somewhat warm, somewhat numb. In one word, I feel fidgety. Teehee. So anyway, I thought we should throw her a welcome party. Pacifica just couldn't resist laughing. It looks as if... Oh yeah, no, yeah. It looks as if she had read my mind. But she knows me better than I know myself. But does she know what this feeling is exactly? We have to throw her one, especially due to the circumstances. What circumstances? The church is examining her. She'll most likely be tired once they release her, so we have to show her a fun time to make up for it. The church. the town's biggest congregation of ghosts. It also serves as a peacekeeping organization. Peacekeeping. Okay. Headed by a priest, they do policing and politics, and thus the priest is more like the town mayor. Interesting. Very few ghosts know what goes on in the church, but Pacific is a pretty influential ghost as far as they go. So I guess she got that information from an inside source. The church still does things like that, huh? Some sort of immigration inspection, I suppose. But is that really necessary? It sounds like they're just doing it because they want to. I hate the church, particularly their attitude. Even after the townspeople became town's ghosts and overcame death, the church still wants to control people under the guise of politics. That's so irritating. You can't even let go of just power dynamics and death. Let it go. It's almost like the ghosts are pretending to be alive, and it's so forced. I feel like there's other things that bother me about them, but the anger makes my head feel hazy. Like, yeah, my head always feels hazy, but you know what I mean. So I can't even remember what it is I'm angry about. Teehee, you still at the church, I see. Well, I do too. Those guys are poop. Church is poop. Poop is church. This is silly. The two of us laugh like two boys in uniform merrymaking while oozing with pure, unadulterated youth. Youth. That's not exactly a word I can relate to. Oh, wait. Sorry, I realized the stream information was incorrect. Youth, that's not exactly a word I can relate to. So, Sayoko, will you help me out? Okay, I'll help if I can. Thank you. I'm so happy. Wah. When Pacifica hugs me tight, my body stiffens. There's nothing I can do. I figured I needed some sort of opportunity to do this. So I've been waiting for a long, long time. I'm so happy I could talk to you like this. Pacifica talks earnestly between sobs. That's right. While she may act overly mature sometimes, that's all it is. An act. Everyone who's close to her knows this. Huh. I remember more than I thought. I feel happy that I remember, but it also feels odd that she's got some attachment to me. It's a swirl of emotions, like a spinning barbershop pole. Pacifica's as gentle as ever. She hasn't changed. But what about me? I feel like I've changed a little. The same way milk changes after its expiration date. Jeez! A change you can smell with a single whiff. Well, you know what? She did say that she had an inferiority complex. So, it is giving. It's giving inferiority a bit, and I want her to believe in herself a little more. I do. I hope she gets there by the end of the game. I can't go back to being me. I suppose that's how I describe the way I feel. So go on to be something better. You got this. I guess I was just looking for an excuse. You've always been so close. I just needed a little courage to speak out to you. Ow, ow. There's nothing I can say. Being touched makes me feel safe. Oh, oh. I don't want to let you go ever again. Oh. Oh. But at the same time, it also makes me anxious. Come on, what, anxious avoidant, maybe? Attachment? After all, I have no idea how I could ever repay someone who makes me feel this happy. This guy. This little guy. This gotta be a little guy. If I get too comfortable taking advantage of her kindness, she might start to hate me. And I don't want her to hate me. Oh, this poor baby. I can't find the words to say. With just a simple hug, all of these feelings are revolving around inside me, and I'm just so afraid that I'll end up crushing this moment into dust. And just like that, the happiness has faded away completely, leaving nothing but coarse anxiety coursing through my heart. Damn, Brody, come on. You can't ruin the moment before it ends. Am I just not used to dealing with kindness? Seems like. Pacifica suddenly lets go, and for a second, I fear that my worst fear had come true. Didn't she? Right. Self-sabotage for sure. Pacifica suddenly lets go, and for a second, I fear that my worst fear had come true, but the reality is slightly different. Sorry, I'm just checking on something. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, cool. Okay. Sorry, Sayoko, but what is it? Are you showering properly? You kind of smell like spoiled milk. Oh my god. Why? You know what? Yeah, because she did get up out of bed and walk straight out the door earlier. Okay. Okay. Oh, she's depressed. She's depressed. Oh, now that you mention it, I haven't showered since the other day. When was the other day? What was the other day? Which other day? Literally. I love that Pacifica is asking the important questions. You know, when Anya spilled coffee on those ugly overalls of hers? So it's been a minute. The poop talked. Pacifica leaps backwards away from me. There's a look of fear on her face that she probably wouldn't want anyone else to see normally. Well, I mean, if no one's gonna come see me and the air's not humid, then why bother showering? No. L logic. No. Oh my god. What happened to I don't want to ever let you go? I don't want to let you go ever again. Oh my god. Who asked you, you 100-year-old poop? No, literally, be fucking for real. It's been 100 years. The very concept of a calendar has disappeared from the sound, so time has become incredibly ambiguous. Individually, a day is simple to track, but as the days pile up, it's impossible to keep track of months and years. You'd have an easier time counting the sand in the desert of snow surrounding this town one grain at a time. If you think about it, I suppose it's not normal to go this long without showering, huh? It's been 3 months and 10 days. Roughly. No. That's too much. No. No. Maybe I really have changed. Am I trying to reclaim myself? What does that mean? I'm also tired. Take a shower now. Meow. I'm glad her friend got sense. Okay. Ha! My fear of being separated from Pacifica turns into fear of Pacifica herself. I stop thinking, grab a towel, and head to the bathroom as quickly as possible. Yeah, please. Please, baby girl. That was cute. Okay. Got it. It's almost dawn. I don't think I've ever gone outside around that time before. The snow seems a little soft and hard to walk on, perhaps due to the rising temperature. Ah, Sayoko. Pacifica. Looks like I wasn't the only one called here. I see. I guess that makes sense. The time has come. Is it done? I wonder. I can't wait. Pacifica nods and weighs her words for a while. And then, if you can't wait, then let's hurry. Aww. Ah, hey. This is cute. Now that she washed her ass. I chase after Pacifica when she breaks into a run. One of them gonna fall. It's my first outing at dawn. We dash as if swimming through the pristine air. Main Street looks so different compared to how it normally looks. It's like a quiet, still pond. And just as how skipping a stone makes ripples in the still pond, our footsteps and Pacifica's laughter break the silence. I'm excited. I love this little music. It's cute. Wow. Not that I mind, but why are you out of breath? Why? We take one turn off of Main Street and reach a workshop garage. Anya looks at us as she sits on a garbage can placed in front of the closed shutters, swinging her legs around. Wow. Oh, hi, yo. Oh, Guten Morgen. She looks so cute. Huh? Ah. The two of us laugh when we see Anya's confused face. Anya looks to be about my age, so I don't use formal words with her. Pacifica seems to be older than me, so I've ended up using formal words with her, but not because I'm trying to keep my distance from her or anything. Yeah, I bet you're not. And it's not like I don't respect Anya either. Do those greetings mean anything? Not really, Poop. You starting something? Well, this is how things usually go. Though something special is waiting just around the corner, that doesn't mean things will suddenly change between us. Well, whatever. I'm tired, so let's get down to business. Anya sighs. Her face does look a little tired, and her posture doesn't show any enthusiasm at all either. So, is it done? Is it done? Or is it not? What do you think? The way her eyes light up with confidence already spoils the answer to that question. It's done. It's done. I did it. Want to see? You want to see it? I want to see it. I grab Anya by the shoulder when I say that. We both have lost our cool. Anya chuckles to herself and pulls a remote out of her pocket. Time for the big reveal. I love how they lay out the story. This is really cool. Clack, 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 clack. Wee, wee. Gashonk. This is cool. The shutters open, revealing a large box-shaped silhouette inside of the dark garage. Ta-da! Oh. There it is, our hope. Our first weapon. This one's for the books. A squarish armored vehicle. At least that's what it probably is. Wow, that's amazing, Anya. Indeed, I'm impressed. We walk inside the large, spacious garage, storing the armored vehicle and pat its frame. Oh, thanks. I try my best with the sound effects. Okay, I'm not gonna make the same mistake. I'm not gonna drop the controller again. I'm not a car person, but I can tell that it's a reliable machine. The armor looks like it could deflect a few bullets, and the big fat tires look like they could handle any terrain. I doubt you could get anywhere in the snow desert surrounding the city without something like this. Ha ha ha. Well, it's an honor to hear that. Thanks. Anya's an apprentice at the local town workshop. Though I feel like this is the first time her career skills have proven useful to us since we first got to know each other. I didn't think a repair worker like Anya could create something so impressive. It's amazing, that's all I can say. You think we can leave with this thing? I mutter as Anya shows us inside the car. We sure can. It certainly seems so. Our goal, or rather, our dream, I suppose, is to leave this city. Or to be more accurate, it's to head to my home country, which may or may not be on the other side. My friends and I have been working day in and day out towards that goal. No idea how far we'll have to go, but I made sure we can pack a lot of food and stuff. Should we bring board games and stuff too? Wouldn't it be too bumpy of a ride for board games? Oh, good point. Wow. Boy, am I tired. Time to sleep. Anya lies down on the hard concrete garage floor. I look outside the window. Sure enough, the sun's almost fully risen. Ghosts always get sleepy in the morning. They can barely stay awake until early morning, but even that's cutting it close. Ah, no fair. Me too. Pacifica lies down next to the already half asleep Anya and curls up. They look so comfortable. It makes me want to lie down next to them too, but there's something I have to do before that. I get the garage shutter remote, and I also pick up a thick blanket that Anya must have gotten ready for this little sleepover. Hey, come on, it's going to be cold if you just go to sleep like that. It's not like ghosts can catch colds, but they do feel cold, and even though they're wearing coats, the floor is likely to grow cold. I press the button on the remote, and the shutter shuts with a rattle. I lie down on the concrete floor and loosely spread out the blanket. Say, Anya. What? Did your boss help you? Not really. It doesn't matter either way, but, huh? Sleep. Are you pretending to be asleep? Well, whatever. We share our warmth underneath the blanket as we drift off into sleep. Eventually, our consciousnesses melt as we all enter one dream. Oh. If only a dream like that's more like a pipe dream. Drip. And with that last thought, I sink deep down into the ocean of sleep. My vision blurs as if crossing the surface of the water. My eyelids are heavy, so heavy they start to sink. They start to sink by themselves. But right before they close, in the sliver of my dim vision, conglomeration. Who's that? We walk around the street at night. In other words, during peak ghost activity hours. I never thought I'd walk around the streets underneath a pitch black sky again. You don't have to be so nervous, you know. Sorry, but what? I can't find the words to continue. Our conversation fades into the air like smoke. Once I finished taking a shower, Pacifica said, "Let's go into the station." I'm not sure going there will help us prepare the welcome party for the new ghost. The fact that the station's such a far walk away from my home doesn't help my enthusiasm either. My worst fears turn out to be accurate. Every ghost we come across gets out of the way when they see us, or rather, when they see me. And it's clearly not out of kindness nor respect. The ghosts fear me. Complex emotions weigh down my heart. I wonder why. Resignation, I don't blame you. Sadness, don't look at me like that. Indignation, you're already dead. What do you even have to fear? I hate this. Unable to describe my jumbled up feelings, I say something embarrassingly ambiguous. I don't know if I should be apologizing, but I'm sorry. No, I wasn't blaming you or anything, Pacifica. Though Pacifica smiles, her eyes narrow, a sign that I haven't cleared up the misunderstanding. I curse my poor language skills. Can you hold my bag? I nodded absentmindedly and take Pacifica's handbag. This station's pretty big. It must have been an ostentatious building in its heyday. But it's hard to imagine what it used to look like now that it's an abandoned wreck. Most of the lights are broken, so it's incredibly dark inside. It's not impossible to walk here if you try hard enough, but it makes me wish I had a light. The few lights that remain intact are enough of a hindrance that your eyes can't adjust to the darkness, so anything that's in the shadows is completely dark. Pacifica strikes a match and lights an old-fashioned lamp. Pacifica's rich enough to buy high-luminescence LED lamps or expensive high-powered wearable lights, or at least I think she is, but for some reason she's using a lamp. Has she always been like that? I don't remember. I feel like there's a memory like that locked away somewhere in my brain. It feels odd, but it doesn't matter. This station appears to have been a terminal. At least that's the conclusion I've come to, seeing as all of the railroad tracks only come in from one direction. It seems kind of fitting for a ghost town to be a dead end. At least that's what I think. I follow behind Pacifica from the front entrance to the platforms. There's not a star to be seen in the sky above the cracked ceiling. I see a single point of light up ahead. It sways slightly. Several dozen meters ahead, there stands a young red-headed girl. Yes, she looks nothing but young. Her name is Anya, a ghost who I used to be friends with just as much as Pacifica. Sorry for the wait. Doesn't matter, you sure took your time though. You run into any problems? Each time Anya's body sways, the float light hovering a little less than a meter above her head sways with it. I'm not sure how that thing works, but it makes her look kind of funny. It's like an angel halo. I mean, doesn't that seem funny? A ghost cosplaying as an angel. I had Sayoko take a shower. Oh, I see. I stay silent. I decide not to say anything unless spoken to. Long time no see. Yes, I guess so. Teehee, looks like I win this time. Whatever, Pessy. It's not like I wanted to win anyway. And I didn't want to lose, Anster. Anster just doesn't sound right. The two of them exchange playful banter, but Anya's face looks a little stiff since I'm here. These two are my only real connection to the town. Judging from what they said, I guess the two of them were betting to see who could drag me out of my room first. But I'm not enough of an idiot that I'd say something like, "Don't use me as a pawn in your games, you two." It's necessary to just accept these sorts of things if you want to revive interpersonal relationships that have remained stagnant for years or even longer. Okay, Sayoko, let's head up. Sorry, let's head to the garage dump. Ah, why the garage dump? I want to ask, but instead I stay silent. I don't want to disappoint them. Despite the things I say, I dream of reviving our friendship. Okay, let's go. A slight shadow seems to cast itself over Anya's face when I say that. It's a little frightening. Did I do something wrong? I guess there's no use dwelling on it. Alrighty. Anya claps her hands twice, and the float light above her head changes from an angelic angelic halo, to a shining sun. It's so bright, it makes me squint. Ah, it's so bright, maybe a little too bright. This thing's a cheap model, so it's only got 2 brightness levels, but I figure there should be plenty for picking up garbage. That's true, good job. You're a real engineering advisor. I don't mind being an engineering advisor, but why don't you just shop around at stores? Don't you have money? Isn't it obvious? Huh? Well, I guess. Anya shrugs as Pacifica starts walking ahead. Once my eyes adjust to the light, I follow behind. So does Anya. We didn't make eye contact, but you could say we're on the same wavelength. Whenever Anya moves, her miniature sun sways, causing the shadows cast by rubble, signs, and pillars to stretch and shrink. Let me explain from the beginning. The needle on the compass points north. I know. Wow, you really know your stuff, Anastasia. Don't call me Anastasia. But that's what Anya's short for, isn't it? Hell no, don't just make stuff up. But it's cute, like you're a princess. That's exactly why I hate it. Don't you dare try to make it a thing. We quickly backtrack the way we came. Thanks to the intense light, it's much easier this time. It's still pitch black outside the station. I get a little dizzy thinking about how long the night is. Anya claps her hands twice and the light fades. The light's mechanical cord plops onto the ground. What a convenient little thing. Probably too expensive for me to afford, though. Then again, I guess I can't afford anything since I don't have a job. Ghost job. That's crazy. Capitalism after death. Apparently the new girl's being interrogated at the church. Yeah, I know. That's all we know. I'm thinking that even after she gets released, her reputation with the church will remain sensitive. And if we go shopping for her, it may sour the shop's reputations with the church. Oh. Maybe it's different with your shop, but things get complicated with other shops due to the church's strong influence on the economy. It's important that we care for the new girl, but we shouldn't cause trouble for other people either, right? Pacifica breaks into a smile. I like this smile way more than the flawless, more forced smile she makes sometimes. Who cares? Rude. Shut up. As those two talk, we eventually reach the garbage dump. I like how they did this. I like how they switch between scenes, the transitions. It's near the station, so it doesn't take long. Now that I know the garbage dump was our destination, I guess it makes sense why we met up in the empty station. It's the perfect meeting place for an outcast like me. It's easy to think when you don't talk. Isn't that right, Sayoko? Huh? I was just saying it's been years since we've walked around like this. I suppose so. Would you look at that? Anya's facial expression changed again, I think. I guess I can still tick her off, even talking as little as possible. It's been hundreds of years, hasn't it? Dang. Has it been that long? I think so. Okay, then let's go with 9,999 years. I don't get why that quip's gotten so popular. I don't like it one bit. This conversation is reassuring in 2 ways. First, it's reassuring to know that my presence doesn't immediately ruin the mood. And second, it's reassuring to know that I'm not the only one who lacks a sense of time. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever heard anyone else talk about it. But maybe I just don't remember. My memory is pretty much just a vague puddle in the back of my skull. Maybe it's because it's just common knowledge. Maybe I've even forgotten what common knowledge is. That's wild. Sayoko? Yes. Pacifica's voice snaps my inward focused consciousness back to reality. When I snap back to reality, there's a tall chain link fence standing before us. Part of it is made to open up like a door. It's the entrance to the garbage dump. It doesn't look like it's locked, so we easily get inside. It's not like this place is off limits or anything, right? Nah, garbage collection isn't like exclusive merchants or something. The boss and I come here for parts sometimes too. Huh? Really? Have you been here, Sayoko? I come here occasionally. The garbage dump is the alpha and the omega of this town. Interesting. From garbage you come, into garbage you shall return. Damn. It's almost like the opposite functionality of a real garbage dump. Ghosts can't keep more than what they need. Any excess, be it accessories or furniture, suddenly disappears when forgotten. And just as suddenly, those things appear here at the garbage dump. Interesting. That's why this place might not actually be a real garbage dump. It's the same thing with ghosts. We just happen to call them that, but nobody knows if that's what they really are. But they still exist regardless. Whoa, it's so hard to find footing here. Get organized. That's a tall order for a garbage dump. Anya turns her light on as we carefully trudge over the piles of garbage. Garbage tends to end up in clumps of related items, so with that information in mind, we look for conspicuous party goods like streamers or colored pins. I found some sort of canned fish at my feet, so I pick it up and put it in my pocket. The can has some sort of design as the same sort of design as the biscuits I just ate, so maybe it's from the same manufacturer. That's right, even food is part of the cycle. Everything, and I mean everything, cycles back around to this garbage dump. The can of biscuits we just ate is probably back here too, biscuits and all. All of the shops Pacifica mentioned collect items from the garbage dump to process and resell. Ghosts rummage through this garbage dump and live modest lives based on their needs, just as they always have, and probably how they always will too. You could say that for ghosts, this place is like a bountiful ocean. And I suppose that might be why it's relaxing to come here. Here, you can find anything, as long as it's not living. I feel like I've heard something like that somewhere before. But who was it that said it again? Ah! Oh shit. Sayoko! I can hear the clattering of metal as my body starts to feel like it's floating in the air. Though in reality, all that's happened is the pile of garbage gave way and I lost my footing. Look, you gotta be careful, okay? Sorry. Unable to keep up with Anya's sudden movement, the float lamp tumbles into the garbage pile and shuts off. So not only did I lose my footing, but it's also suddenly dark, causing me to panic for a second. Anya and I are pretty much the same height, but her hands seem a little smaller than mine. I grip her hand tight and place my feet on solid ground. I keep holding her hand until my eyes get used to the dark. Sorry. You don't have to say it twice. Aw. I may have ticked Anya off again. My hands are sweating like crazy. Oh, it's the car. Pacifica murmurs. The fallen garbage reveals what was hidden underneath. Jutting out of the pile of garbage is a rusty station wagon. There's no way this is stable footing. That car thing was a whole ordeal. It took until morning to work on it that one time. Only now does Anya look me in the eyes, as if peering into them. Her green eyes glow gently, like beautiful emeralds. Her hand starts to feel warm, though I guess it was always warm, and I'm only now noticing it. I relax just a little bit. What car? With one careless word, I extinguish that light. The warmth in my hand quickly fades, though that shouldn't be a surprise since she had shaken off my hand, exposing its damp surface to the cold air. Don't you remember? Even you should. No, wait. I remember honestly. We tried to leave by car, didn't we? I'm flustered, so flustered I get dizzy. I frantically search through my memories for what I should know, for what I shouldn't ever forget. Mm. I remember what happened in the end, too. We all. You really are Sayoko, right? Of course I'm me. I haven't changed. I'm me, I think. But am I really? There's no way that I can't be me, right? But for some reason, I'm not so confident. I'd be confident if I had something to prove my own identity, right? It's no use. My thoughts keep spilling out like snowy sand. What, does Sayoko change into something else if you leave her alone, like cheese? Pacifica gives off a somewhat exaggerated laugh as if to say, well, she did smell like spoiled milk. If Pacifica didn't come to my rescue there, I probably would have kept on panicking forever. I'm sorry. That was really out there. No, I should apologize. We all tried to leave town together, didn't we? We used the car that you remodeled. Sorry, I keep spacing out, lady. Lately. I regained enough sense to avoid talking about what happened in the end. I was able to remember. I guess memories are no exception to the rule. Everything forgotten returns to this garbage dump. Perhaps even forgotten memories. That's right, we tried to go to the other side. Pacifica points to the ever expansive snow desert. The garbage pile is pretty high, so you can see far into the distance from here. Right, that's why Anya remodeled the car. That was amazing. Well, my boss helped me with pretty much everything for that. I guess we're not going to touch the topic of what happened after all. Though I guess that's for the best. I wonder if anything's on the other side. Maybe there isn't anything. But maybe there is. We'll have to go find out. The snow desert softly sparkles as it reflects the town's lights. We all look at it silently. So about the new girl. Pacifica breaks the silence. I hope we can all get along with her. She sounds somewhat sad, but not reluctant. Lonely. Yes, that's the word. That's how I'd describe the look on her face. I'm sure she'll be nice. Don't worry. It'll be fine. Anya speaks up as if to assuage her concerns. She's got a similar look on her face. It makes me worry if I should too. There's still plenty of time before dawn. We all just sit down and gaze across the desert for a while. I can't peel my eyes off of the black and white horizon. It's almost spellbinding. Spellbinding? Maybe we're on an island. A small island in the middle of a white snow desert sea. Help isn't coming. Because beyond the sea, civilization has already fallen. Teehee. I smile at the strange thought, a smile of relief, even though the thought isn't relieving at all. I can sense Pacifica smiling, and eventually Anya smiles too, as if unable to handle the peer pressure. I guess it's obvious that I'm smiling, but it doesn't feel bad at all. I try to play it cool and keep staring out across the sea. The other two watch as well. It's a beautiful night. We may be sitting in piles of garbage, but it feels like a beautiful night nonetheless. Oh, I'm glad they get a nice moment. They kind of need it. They really need it. About 60 out of 100. If I were to rate today, that's how high I'd rate it. Damn, you a tough audience. That said, I give my rating the moment I crawl into bed, so my opinion may be a little skewed. I yawn. I sit up and take a sip of water from the plastic bottle at my bedside, a bottle I had just picked up earlier. The cold sensation passes down my throat. I let out another sigh. I'm too tired to even feel tired. I'm so tired of thinking. I don't want to think about being tired of thinking. That's how pathetic I feel. Damn. Motherfucker can't have a good day. We were able to pick up all sorts of party goods, load them into a bike trailer we found lying there, and carry them off to Pacifica's place. Pacifica wanted to take home a small, stylish sofa, but got into a little argument when Anya said it was out of the question. I went to reflect on what happened today, but the moment I lay down on my bed, I thought, nope, not happening. I try stretching, but to no avail. It only makes it worse, if anything. The intense sleepiness quickly crushes my consciousness. So quickly, I don't even have time to think about what crushing a consciousness could mean. Good night. The following is Sayoko's attempt of recalling her memories. Zzz. Okay, let's go. It seems like there is another person there. Am I wrong? The redheaded girl steps on the gas. The car starts. An angry man in priest robes glares at the car from behind. I'm getting excited. I'm kind of getting excited. Me too. The girl with the blonde hair and the girl nuzzle their faces against each other. Oh? They're very close with each other. Oh? Oh? Something, any, blank, look, the towns, something. Z. Another memory. In the middle of the snow desert, 3 girls. Oh, I guess it was just 3 of them. Who did blank? Who blank blank? Why did blank? Sayoko, behind you. Why would gunshot? Oh, am I next? Sorry, but you gotta blank quick or gunshot. Yet another memory, an awfully vague one. Z. The black-haired girl arrives in the middle of the plaza, dragging 2 corpses behind her. The corpses of the blonde girl and the red-headed girl. Someone help, please, help them. A crowd gathers in the blink of an eye. Brawny men surround the black-haired girl. The red-headed girl and the blonde girl arrive on the scene, perhaps having revived at the garbage dump. The crowd makes way. The red-headed girl vomits. The blonde girl pats her on the back and breaks down crying. The corpses wither away without a sound. They modify and fast forward, leaving nothing but bones. Yo, what the hell? The men lunge at the black-haired girl. That's why they treat her like this. Zzz. End of memory. Woo! The plaza is covered in the blood of ghosts. That's apparently what happens to ghosts when they die. Their fleeting corpses quickly begin to wither away. They grow cold from the head down. I don't know. I can't believe the beast-like roar coming out of my own mouth. Even if I try to keep it in check, the rough breathing keeps spilling out. It irritates me. In retaliation, I trample on one of the broken neck corpses at my feet. The barely intact neck makes a nice squishing sound when I stomp through it onto the ground. Um? Um? I look up to see Pacifica and Anya staring blankly at me. Their eyes are empty as if they're not even looking at anything. My mind is completely blank, but I do know that I've lost everything. I try to escape. I turn my back to them and try to run away. And right behind me stands an unfamiliar girl. You must be lonely. Lonely. That's what the girl said. That's the one word I wanted to say more than anyone else. I feel as if I cried. Maybe I really did cry this time. But before I can check, the dream ends. Jesus Christ. And then they give me this anime ending. What? Okay, I'm feeling it though. Feeling this music. Y'all killed it with this. Not gonna lie. I like the story so far. Very intrigued. I'm wondering if this is like the end of episode 1 and we're about to like get into episode 2. Because I feel like I was definitely left on a cliffhanger. Oh, that was cute. Ghostpia. Episode 2, the day of the nameless anonymous's birthday party. I've been streaming for just under an hour and a half. Should I keep going? Should I stop here? Do like an episode a night? Maybe. Since that was an hour and a half, I think they're each an hour and a half. I'm trying to decide. Short stream or normal length. I will say, I wasn't expecting to do all this reading. You know what? I'll do one more. So we're like kind of halfway through. Plus, that got me. I don't know. I'm a little intrigued. I'll keep going. It's like a dream. That's supposed to mean something good, right? As in, I never expected a present like this. It's like a dream. In any case. Oh! I didn't realize there was a gun to this motherfucker's head. Okay. I'm currently in a room even fancier than Pacifica's place. The fireplace is so warm. And it's a different sort of warmth compared to electric heating. I'm eating ham. We all are, actually. There's a ham as big as my head on the table. And we're eating it with gusto for some reason. The world is a silent save for the clattering of tableware, the chewing of ham, and the occasional crackling of firewood. It's almost as if everything outside this room has been annihilated and the world exists only for us to eat ham. That's a way to put it. And when I say us, I mean me. An unfamiliar girl. And a crying nun with a bloody nose. Okay. She's the one eating the most. This situation is very much like a dream. The softness of the high pile rug seems to numb my senses. This is crazy. It's like a dream. I ponder that thought again. The situation we're in is indeed like a dream. But is that a good thing? It certainly doesn't feel like a good thing. At least that's what I think to myself as I prod the nun's temple with my pistol. Okay. I'm thrown at these anime intros and exits and outros. Okay. I'm understanding the intro more, which I appreciate. I remembered something. Just that it happened. I didn't remember how I felt about it or anything. It was as if I were simply watching a slideshow in an empty audiovisual room, completely disinterested. Huh? Did that happen? For real? As soon as I start to question it, my body feels like it's floating. My limbs clench for something to grab onto, and then I find myself on the bed. I'd woken up. Was that a dream? That was strange. I space out for a while, but then I remember what I have to do and get out of bed. I go to Pacifica's place. Pacifica wanted to throw a welcome party for the new ghost in town, which I thought was an interesting idea. Pacifica also wanted to patch things up between me, her, and Anya. My outfit is simple. It doesn't take me long to get ready. I just need to put on my coat and I'm good to go. That's one lackadaisical amnesiac ghost ready to go. When I grab the doorknob, it feels much chillier than usual. I hope I can start filling the void inside me, at least a little. Hopefully, I'm not so empty that the wind blows me away. I head outside. It's been a long time since I've gone outside during peak ghost hours instead of leaving close to dawn. In fact, it's been so long I've forgotten when the last time was, which means it might as well be my first time. As expected, the ghosts are taking their distance from me, so I walk as quietly as I can, even trying to stifle the sound of my steps on the snow. I try my best to smile and be the friendliest ghost I can be. I'm trying to interact with other ghosts more, so I need to get used to it. And I need them to get used to me. I don't know if I can, but I have to try. I still hate it when people look at me, though. Even if they don't say anything, it makes my skin tingle. It's as if gazes have mass. In fact, gazes are kind of like ghosts. Not exactly sure how to elaborate on that thought, but they just are. Well, in any case, it looks like it'll take quite a bit of time for me to get used to walking around in public. Once I take a turn off of Main Street and get to a somewhat quiet residential area, I instantly feel relieved. It's much easier for me to walk when there aren't many people around. Pacifica's house is at the end of this long street, almost there. The path to Pacifica's house requires passing through Main Street. It's always a little tough getting here. I wish Anya could have picked me up. She can drive. But ever since that incident, I think it's best not to get her into a car. Best not to get her in a car. That said, if she still had that car and gave me a ride, that'd be nice. I know it's an unreasonable hope, but I'm free to imagine. If I can imagine things like that, then I guess I'm relatively calm. I'm suddenly caught off guard when someone calls out to me. I nearly jump out of my skin, and that's when I realize how careless I'd been. You got the time, little missy? A scraggly voice calls out to me like the sound of someone prying open the rusty trunk of a totaled car. It's so grating and abrupt, it makes me shiver a bit. It's the old man. Yes, old man, I do have time. I give him a weird answer without thinking. How embarrassing. It's because he caught me off guard. I mean, what time is it? I suppose I've misplaced their wristwatch. The owner of the voice is sitting on the walkway, leaning on the side of a building with his legs out. If I had to describe the old man in one word, that'd be dirty. He's literally sitting on dirt, so he looks even dirtier. It's hard to fathom in a town like this, but he appears to be homeless. If he doesn't have a home, he probably doesn't have a bathtub either. That said, I've got a home and a bathtub, and I rarely bathe, so I guess I'm not one to talk. I was just about to say, don't go there, don't do it. Smelling like spoiled milk. So, do I look this disgusting to other people? Oof. Okay. You're instantly a less likable character. How do I explain this? This town doesn't do clocks. The very concept of the passage of time doesn't exist here, so we don't have calendars or clocks. We just have a physiological sense of what time it is, I guess. I've never really thought about it. Maybe it's just me being stupid and everyone else does indeed have clocks and schedules to keep up with. I feel kind of lonely when I think about it like that. Could have sworn I had it, but it's gone now. What a bummer. It was always accurate and reliable. Told me when it was waking time, lunchtime, and that time, of course. The old man's accent is so thick, it's a little hard for me to understand. When he stops talking, it gets real quiet. I hear the bustling of Main Street in the distance. It's like the roar of waves. My ears start to ring. Honestly, I don't feel like talking for long. I could just run away from it all, but I want to be a good and proper ghost. So I decide to answer him honestly. I don't have a watch, so ask someone else, please. Okay, bye. I start walking before I finish talking. Hold it right there. Yeep. I freeze at his sudden yell. My wife said she'd be back by 3 o'clock. That's what she said, so I wait. But she ain't come, so at 3. I'll go and look for her, but she ain't nowhere to be found. Won't my wife be back soon? The kid came back, so I think something's holding her back, right? That priest guy was all like annoyed and such, so really? So now I know, like I always ever knew. Someone must have stolen their wristwatch. Sorry, I struggle with that. Eep. I'm scared, and I've got a feeling that things are only going to get worse. My wife just said, you're the culprit. He's clearly not in his right mind, but I think we're somewhat alike in a way. No, it wasn't me. We've both lost something, but I'm not sure what. It's a cruel irony to wander around looking for something when you don't even know what it is you're looking for. It's incredibly frightening to think that he and I look alike to those around us. Zoya wouldn't lie to me. Why I oughta learn your lesson. As I give him a look of pity, I imagine the very same look being pointed at me by Pacifico or Anya. Just thinking about it is so... Ugh, I lose my footing. It's been ages since I last felt an earthquake. Obviously, it's all in my head. This town's never had an earthquake. Booyah! For some reason, seriously, why? The elderly man strips off his clothes and lunges at me. I barely dodge, but what if I didn't react in time? I shudder at the thought. I gotta run. I slip past the elderly man and head to Main Street. It's not a place I'd like to go, but it's much better than sticking around here. I'm seriously starting to worry that I've been sealed away in a world where it's just me and the elderly man. I can hear rough breathing approaching from behind. I'm so dizzy I can't get proper footing. The narrow path seems like an infinite corridor. This town only has 1,024 people, so it's not surprising that the population density is so low. Not sure why that thought passed through my head. Guess my brain just wants to escape from reality. By the time I leap out into the bustling Main Street, I'm out of breath despite not having run that long of a distance. I don't scream for help. I wanted to, but I hesitate at the last moment. The ghosts look at me with fear in their eyes since I rushed so suddenly out onto Main Street. I feel like this has happened before. I can suddenly feel the cold snow through my boots again. My nose tingles. The elderly man catches up to me wearing just his undershirt. Ha ha! Ha ha ha! I finally caught ya! Ha ha ha! Please stop already, I shout. Part of my brain, or rather part of me, says you should have just ignored him from the start. The elderly man stops and stares. Did my shouting catch him off guard? Why? The old man's eyes begin to water, and it's not because of the snow. He's crying. Why? Why am I alone? Why won't nobody love me? Why? His cries echo even louder than my shout. What's his problem? I want to know. I really do. This is really uncomfortable. It's like when someone points out something that you just can't unthink. I'm starting to get nervous here. I don't know. I avert my eyes and walk away. I've taken a bit of a detour. Words. But Pacifica's house isn't too far away. This is crazy. This is a crazy story. And this time, I'll make sure to ignore everyone. The elderly man stops crying. When I start walking, the path clears. Crunch, crunch. The snow crackles underfoot. The ghosts chatter, their voices masked by that faint sound. I keep walking. I know the answers to your questions, little missy. I don't stop walking. Crunch, crunch. He's bluffing. I'll tell you the town's secrets. Crunch. Don't stop walking, you idiot. You want to know why we're here and what exactly this town is, don't you, little missy? I turn. Oh boy. I turned around, didn't I? A minor blunder. The whispers of the ghost and all the other various smaller sounds seems to fade into the distance. As if I had turned down the volume knob on the TV little by little. I can even hear a static noise deep within my ears. The elderly man notices my piqued interest and hums to himself in satisfaction. The glitter in his eyes is somewhat frightening, but also somewhat intriguing. Which is why I can't just look away. Everyone, and I mean everyone's gotten used to it, but this here town's strange, don't you think? The noise in my ears gets louder. I think it's strange, and so do you. We the same. No. I don't want to be put on the same level as this elderly man, but that's not the only thing that's making me uncomfortable. But we are alike. Don't you think it's time we joined hands? I'm scared, but why? It's probably because I'm not mentally prepared to hear the answers to the questions I've always had. Now that they're within grasp, I'm faltering. Together, we can put an end to this here sealed away era. It's a win-win situation, see? I'm curious, but I don't want to know. You know, it's like when someone at school says they know your crush's crush. In the worst case scenario, that curiosity could make me turn out like him. The elderly man takes a step forward. He reaches his arms out as if offering me salvation. Unfortunately, deep down in my heart somewhere, I do want salvation. So, what do you say? This is creepy. Zzz. The noise grows louder. No, please no. I reject him twice for good measure, because I almost impulsively took him up on his offer. Why not? It's simple, you know. Oh, he takes another step forward. He grabs my hands. His hands are so much bigger than mine, and they're warmer than they look. I know. Why don't you be my daughter? Snap. What he said just now snaps me wide awake, as if I'd woken up from a dream. The elderly man's weird undershirt, his clearly abnormal mental state, my loneliness. Well, things are a bit backwards from how I planned, but it's no biggie. He starts swinging my hands around as if giving me a double handshake. Knowing my daughter loving, honey. She's sure to come home if I bring home a daughter, or else there ain't no God. Hehehe. Is this some sort of scam? Maybe it isn't. But I'm getting really annoyed now. Sorry, but I've got to go. You can't go. He won't let go. His grasp is surprisingly tight for an elderly man. Let go. No, I ain't never letting go. Not again. I can't help you. I just need someone. Anyone. It don't matter who. Someone. Anyone. It doesn't matter who. Those words cut deep. And that's why. La peto! I hurled the elderly man away without even thinking about it. Somehow, I just know that if someone's gripping your hands and in your face, they just so happen to be taller and lighter than you, they're easy to throw down. But when did I learn that? The elderly man's back crashes against the wall of a building. Not the little fart sound. I'm crying. He says only that before losing consciousness. I'm crying. If it doesn't matter who it is, then pick someone, anyone other than me. He probably can't hear me, but I just wanted to say that. I feel a bit more courageous now. But that must have lost me some points with the town's ghost again. Woo. Oof. I thought I'd be more shaken after injuring someone, but oddly enough, I'm not that shook. I'm calm enough to walk and think about how long it'll take for me to get to Pacifica's and if word of this incident will spread. Crunch. Crunch, crunch. All right, the new ghost should be here by now. Crunch, crunch. I'm sure Anya's gonna talk about me in an exaggerated way, and Pacifica will rebuke her for it. Crunch, crunch. And that's when I come in, calling Anya names like Poopy, Doo-Doo Head, and Pacifica will agree with me. I wonder if the new girl will laugh. I bet she will. Crunch. I can't wait to see them all. Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. Uh-oh. A siren coming from behind. No way, I think to myself, only for the police car to pull over behind me. Oh, for crying out loud. The audio feedback of a megaphone screeches. This is the police. You stop right there and turn around, slowly. Megaphones always give voices a particular grating sound. Gee, officer, I didn't know there was a speed limit for pedestrians. If only I could throw out a lighthearted joke like that. I hesitate for a few seconds before turning around, and as a meaningless token of defiance, I turn around at a normal pace instead of slowly. As a coward, that's about as much resistance I can muster. But that's enough resistance for the man to pull out his gun as soon as he comes within eyesight of me. He's even making sure to partially hide behind the cover of his car door. Oh my god. Look, I don't have a gun or anything, okay? Though I guess I can't help it since I'm an ex-convict. I understand, but that doesn't make it any better. Okay, boys. It's your first job in 9,999 years, so get ready. The location's at... He's probably calling for reinforcements on the police radio. I wish he'd cut it out, but unfortunately all I can do is watch. Over. The suspect is... the ninja. Again with the ninja talk. Why do they think I'm a ninja? I'm not a just turn yourself in, please. We don't want to have to do anything either, you know? Just want to talk. I'm pretty sure talking counts as anything. I almost forgot about it, but that's how cops are. They have this annoying way of acting all buddy-buddy. It's annoying, yeah, but in a way that brings me back to terrible times, that is. I'm sure I didn't do anything wrong. But there was a report, you know, you assaulted an elderly man, didn't you? I didn't do anything, and I've got somewhere I need to go, so if you'll please excuse me. Okay, so how do you explain the elderly man slumped out over there? Self-defense? Everyone guilty of excessive force claims self-defense, you know. But this is a no-but situation. But this is a no-but situation kind of but. This waste of time sluggishly drags on. Sir. Here comes the police. Where is she? Rushing in from the back alleys. Where's the ninja? 3 uniformed officers file into formation. Oh, it took you boys long enough. From 3 different paths at the same time. Now then, you mind taking a little trip with us to the station? When their superior gives the word, the officers casually disperse. They block access to the back alleys, trying to prevent me from escaping, surrounding me as if I'm a criminal, or perhaps a criminal ninja to be specific. Two of them seem like they're just itching to go. The welcome party must have started already. Maybe they're sad I'm not there. Maybe they're mad, but it's not my fault. When I think about it like that, I start to feel the irritation boiling up from the pit of my stomach, mixed in with some other emotions. I want to run away from here. Sorry, but I've got to go. I repeat myself. When I take a step forward, one of the officers takes out his gun as if by reflex. Fast, precise movements, almost like clockwork. It seems to set off a chain reaction, as the other two officers also draw their guns. I don't have time for this, so I can't stop now. One officer stands in my way, pointing his gun at me, but I still don't stop. I'll shoot, I mean it. You'll shoot and? I ask that question, and then take another step forward. He shoots his gun. It doesn't hit me. Dodging gunfire isn't hard as long as you pay attention to the trigger finger and the way the muzzle's pointing. As someone once said, you can't dodge a bullet, but you can dodge a gun. At least I think someone said that. It is true, though. Or sorry, is it true, though? I get the feeling that didn't really happen. In any case, I snatch the officer's gun and kick him in the gut, knocking him out. Underneath his thick clothes and thin flesh, I can feel his bones break through the tips of my toes. Oh, I'm about to get live. A ninja. You think I'm a ninja, huh? Then you better not complain when I act all ninja-like. You want me to be a ninja so bad? Then fine, I'll be your ninja. You got a problem with that? After a moment's delay, the guns start firing one after another. I leap. Since the officers have their sights narrowed to aim for just a second, it'll probably look like I teleported to them. But a second is all I need. Before they can find where the ninja vanished to, I swoop down and slam my foot into another officer's head, knocking them out. I follow up by training my sights on the third officer midair and shoot out both his kneecaps. Damn! Unable to stop the momentum of the bullets, his bone and flesh tear open like a pair of red roses. Only the police chief remains. He seems to be preparing something behind the cover of the police car door. Is that the awkward pump action of a shotgun I hear? My suspicions are confirmed when I see him awkwardly pointing a muzzle through the tinted glass. But I don't stop. I hold up one of the felled officers as a human shield as I advance. Do you dare shoot your ally as he still breathes? He dares. I admire your guts, Chief. The police car window shatters. The glass shards twinkle as they dance through the air. But you forget that I can leap. Now you have nothing to show for your guts. His allies' guts are showing for nothing. Bar. As I dodge the widespread of shotgun pellets, I look down at the astonished face of the chief. I brace the lower half of my body for the landing. Why do you look so surprised? This is what ninjas do, isn't it? It's your own fault. I know I've always wanted to dream, but this is pretty much a nightmare. Before I realize it, I hear that noise in my ears again. My nerves are right on the edge. The soles of my shoes touch the ground. Thankfully, I don't slip on the snow. This is your own fault. Way before he can finish pumping his semi-auto shotgun again, I've got my gun pushed right up against the chief's temple. Please put that thing down. Yes, ma'am. Crying. The chief lets go of his shotgun. He almost relinquishes his pistol without me even having to ask. What a reasonable guy. I kick the guns away. It wasn't my fault. Yeah, I believe you, really, but the priest... Priest? At first, I'm caught off guard to hear that name, but it makes sense when you realize that the priest has the police in the palm of his hand. Yeah, I kind of figured that was the case in the first place. He told us to protect the town if the ninja ever got violent. Is the priest the one who labeled me a ninja? Yeah, maybe, I guess. I lower the gun. I put it in my pocket. I dust off my hands. Tell the priest he can go to hell. Huh? That makes twice today that I've sent a guy flying through the air. Sand dollar. The police investigator invader The police investigator yells the name of an obscure marine organism before falling unconscious. He's heavier than the elderly man, but I still pull it off. Guess that's one more reason to hate the church. I toss the officers' guns into the trash and start heading towards Pacificus once again. There's nothing odd in particular about the rest of my journey, and I'm not just saying that because of how bizarre the journey has been so far. I just mean I keep walking, make progress, and eventually reach my destination. Pacifica's house is a little bit away from the center of town, but none of that really matters now that I'm here. It's a splendid house that even I can appreciate. It's different in every way from my apartment. It's spacious, warm, and standalone. You'd expect a rich, friendly family to live here. And yet Pacifica lives here by herself. But then again, so does every other ghost in town, without exception. There's a weather-beaten sofa sitting out in front of the house, a ghost man sitting on it. He looks away as if I'm an eyesore. I don't remember the sofa, but maybe it just slipped my mind. It strikes me as strange that it's sitting outside, all exposed to the elements. Then again, this whole town's weird at its core, so strange is nothing out of the ordinary. Now that I think about it, I remember this being the sofa Pacifica picked up from the garbage dump when we did garbage collection yesterday. I figured. I'm half relieved that I remembered and half sad that I forgot. The positive and the negative cancel out to zero inside my heart. I ignore the man and head to the door. After just a second of hesitation, I ring the bell. Ring. Oh, they actually did the noise for that, huh? For an expensive-looking house, the doorbell sounds surprisingly cheap. After a moment of silence, the door opens abruptly. The thick panel of wood is almost perfectly soundproof, preventing me from hearing anything that might be going on inside. Yo. Contrary to my expectations, it's Anya who shows up rather than Pacifica. Oh, hello. I feel like I've stumbled at the first step. I panic a little, but just a little, so I'm able to act natural. Nice weather we're having. It's night, and it's snowing. Ow, ow. I stumble, stagger, and fall flat on my face. Metaphorically speaking, not physically. That's just what it feels like. It kinda hurts. Well, whatever, come in. We've got coffee, black tea, and some weird herbal tea, or whatever. What would you like? Anya heads back inside, beckoning me in. I follow and shut the bulky door behind me. The various sounds of the street suddenly fade into the distance, even sounds I didn't realize were there until they're gone. I went with coffee, 1 sugar. Why are all the drinks at this girl's house so good? They must be so expensive. So bougie. Crying. Saying that, Anya leads me through the hallway towards the living room. There's a nostalgic smell, the smell of ghost towns, a sweet, heavy smell reminiscent of a honey-scented candle. Since they disappear in the sun, sometimes it feels like the only real thing about them is their smell. When I enter the living room, the smell gets even stronger. The room's decorated colorfully and cheerfully for the welcome party. There's a fireplace, but it's just for show. The room is actually heated by a large, noisy heater. I hesitate before addressing Anya. Oh, do you just want hot water? Sometimes you just want to drink plain hot water to feel something, huh? No, not that. Anya can be kind of dense sometimes. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just how she is. You gotta be direct with her. Where's Pacifica? Oh, she went to pick up the new girl. Oh, I guess I jumped the gun then. I thought Pacifica had already started the welcome party. Am I late? Well, you are pretty late, but I think Pacifica's facing some issues on her end too. I'm a little worried that it's my fault since my violent rampage could have caused delays elsewhere in town. Speaking of my violent rampage, I wonder if Anya will hear about it soon. Pacifica's got ears everywhere, so she might have heard about it already. I feel dejected. I don't want to think about the subject, so let's switch gears. About how late I am? Relatively. Meaning? Look, if we had an accurate sense of time, we wouldn't say things like 9,999 years. I slip up again. But I guess the positives and negatives cancel out to zero again. Because now I know for sure that the elderly man's idea of 3 o'clock is nowhere to be found. I suppose you're right. Here. Anya hands me a mug. The coffee inside it is so pitch black that it almost looks like tar. You're not gonna say you don't want any, right? You used to drink this a lot after all. Thank you. I drink it down. It seems sweeter than what I drank yesterday. Is it good? Probably. What's that supposed to mean? Anyway, here. Anya hands me a tin can the size of a matchbox. Thank you. Looks like they're mint flavored tablets, which I don't think is a good match for coffee, so I'll put them in my pocket. Ani sits back on the sofa looking pensive, but not angry. At least that's what it looks like to me. She's got a mug in hand just like me. She stares at the surface of the black liquid. I stand at the entrance of the room watching her. I forgot to ask her where to hang my coat. Say. Anya looks up. I start to worry that I've been staring at her too much. Yes? Sorry if we're bothering you. Bothering me about what? That's what I should have asked, but I'm a little too late. Anya starts talking again before I say anything. If we're not bothering you, then that's fine, but I don't want to be a bother. That's just a lose-lose situation all around. Anya talks in intermittent bursts, so it takes me a moment to figure out what she's talking about. Are you talking about calling me over here? If it's a bother, then I'm sorry. You don't look like you're enjoying yourself too much. You look like you hate it when I talk. I just want you to believe me when I say there's no hard feelings or anything. Oh. I feel a little hopeless, though I don't know if hopelessness is something you can feel just a little of. It feels like just a teensy tiny part of your heart has been crushed. Overall, you might not be that hurt, but you feel hopeless in that small aspect. It's not like I hate being here with you. I say that loud and clear. I swear it. I suppose the obvious explanation here is that I'm lacking in sociability. I should have smiled more. I should have come here sooner. Anya doesn't know about that scuffle I had outside, so she thinks I just dragged my feet to get here. I don't hate it at all. Anya looks at me. Now it's my turn to look down at my mug, except I had already drank up most of mine, so I've got no choice but to look back up. Well, okay, but... Anya looks at me again with sad eyes. Eyes that make me sad too. Though not as sad as her. But I wanted to do it. Anya murmurs. We decided that this is what we should do, even if you hated us for it. What you should do? We wanted to make a new friend for you. It's the least we could have done. After all, it's almost like we had stolen ourselves from you, I guess. Oh, I get what she's trying to say. It's almost painfully obvious to me. We want you to have friends. Even if you hate us, we could at least get the new girl to be your friend, couldn't we? But that part, I just can't understand. I'm sorry, I really am. I'm sorry for being too nosy, but still. You've got it all wrong. For a moment, I thought I could hold myself back, but I realized I just can't. I shout. This is all just a big misunderstanding. Yes, this is a misunderstanding indeed. One huge misunderstanding. I hear a voice from behind. Oh, she looks disheveled. Pacifica's standing there with snow still clinging to her body. Pacifica. If you're wondering why I came back alone, it's because those poops at the poopy church kicked me out for some poopy reason. Pacifica talks up a storm in a single breath, but she doesn't stop there. And yet I still did my best to leave with a smile, and what do I see? A stupid client calling out to me, even though I said I'm closed today, but I still handled it with a smile. Anyway, I came back because I was worried about Sayoko. And what do I hear you telling her, huh? Look, I just felt like I had to say it. I mean, it's not fair to hide it from her, is it? Fair, I see. Fair, huh? Look, timing is everything when you've got something to say. If everyone spoke what was really on their mind all the time, we'd have nuclear warfare and the world would be blown to bits. Assured mutual destruction. Don't you get it? I'm sorry. Pacifica's angry look causes Anya to completely shrink away. It's kind of sad to see her like that. It's okay. I don't mind at all. I speak up louder than I anticipated. The gloom in my heart seems to have dissipated. Oh, good. I suppose the gloom was blown away by Pacifica's whirlwind of complaints. That must have been her intention from the start. She's always one step ahead of me, huh? She's trying to make me a friend. It makes me happy to think about it like that. Why don't we just leave it at that? If you want me to hurl this empty-headed redhead out of the window, then just say the word. How about it? There's no need for that. You're too kind, Sayoko. Wouldn't you agree, Anya? I'm so sorry. It's okay, really. When I let out an exasperated sigh, Pacifica holds my hand. She then looks me in the eye and says, "You know as well as I do that this girl's kind of blunt. She doesn't mean anything bad by it, okay?" Okay, before I can find the next thing to say, the doorbell rings. Anya? Got it. Anya goes to the door in Pacifica's steed. It's probably that client again. Just tell him I'm busy today. Gotcha. Anya slowly disappears down the hallway. So slowly that you can clearly see how annoyed she is. So what were you trying to say, Sayoko? Oh, I was just thinking about how amazing you are, Pacifica. Teehee, thanks. But what do we do now? We've got to take that girl home somehow. What's she like? Well, I only caught a glimpse of her. Suddenly. Gue? Anya shrieks at the front door. For a second, I think it's the police, but I just incapacitated them, and that Gue sounded like a Gue of annoyance or disgust more than anything. I wonder what that's about. Hey, Anya, what's wrong? Oh, I'll be right there. Damn son of a bitch. Well then. An exasperated Anya peeks into the living room. Passy, you've got a visitor. A small creature hops up from behind Anya. Or at least that's what it looks like. It's obviously not an animal. Thanks for inviting me even though you're so busy. Woo, what a lovely house you have. You weren't invited. That's hilarious. The small creature is actually just a child. Well, I'm not exactly an adult myself, so am I a child too? I don't think I give off childish vibes though. Do people only see others as children if they think of themselves as adults? See what I mean? Gue, am I right? That's hilarious. What evil have you ushered into my home? Pacifica furrows her eyebrows. This little girl couldn't possibly be that harmful, could she? Well, we'll see. Oh wow, you must be the ninja everyone's talking about. It's a super honor to meet you in person. As soon as the girl notices me, she speaks up with sparkles in her big round eyes. I probably am. Hi. It's a pleasure to meet you. She takes a few steps towards me. She then cutely removes her gloves and reaches out for a handshake. There really shouldn't be anything cute about removing a glove, but somehow she pulls it off when she pulls it off. When I timidly reach out my hand, she giggles as she takes my hand in both of hers and firmly shakes it up and down. What's with the disgust? She seems like a polite young girl. That's exactly why. Say, Clara, shouldn't you introduce yourself? Huh, you're right. The girl named Clara hops back, straightens her posture, and looks me in the eye again. My name's Clara. I'm an apprentice nun at the church. Please bear with me as I learn. She bows her head. Not her upper body, just her head. An awkward gesture for sure, but that awkwardness only adds to her cuteness. She's got a very cute face, but she doesn't seem to realize it herself. It looks like she's trying her best to please everyone in her own way. She's perfect because of her imperfections. At least that's the impression I get from her. See? I'm sure you understand now, Sayoko. Huh? What? You see, this girl isn't clergy or anything. She's just a normal girl, but she's always around the church because she adores the priest. Oh, okay. So you hate her because she's a church spy? That's about a third of the reason why, yes. She may look cute and innocent, and she's even modest and unaware of how cute she is. So she does cutesy kitty stuff every now and then. That's why everyone loves her. She's perfect. And because she's loved, her perseverance is unbending. She's so pure, it makes everyone love her all the more. Few people hate that kid. That's why she can't even tell if someone hates her or feels uncomfortable around her. And that just makes everyone around her love her more and more. She's so happy every day, and so is everyone around her. There's something blood-curdling about Pacifica and Anya's explanation. The way they're blocking the exit as they talk makes it feel like they're initiating me into some sort of cult. I suppose that's pretty much the opposite of what they're doing, though. Everyone loves that kid. She's cute, cheerful, unbiased with her unconditional love, and she has an irresistible charm. This is weird. Why this? Why this? Well, I haven't done anything worthy of praise. I just want to be like the priest. She's got a very cute face, but she doesn't seem to realize it herself. It looks like she's trying her best to please her. Oh, did they repeat that? They did. I take another look at the nun in training in front of me. What? She kind of pisses me off. I know, right? It seems we've come to an understanding. I'm crying. So basically, it boils down to how it makes one feel to see this perfect little girl living her perfect little life. Many people will probably think she's cute, but some won't. So you're projecting and using her as a scapegoat for your own inadequacy. You could say that. Well, I guess it is kind of creepy for everyone to like someone, so I guess that's natural. I won't deny it, but I won't apologize for it either. Okay, let's toss her into the fireplace. It's been a while since that thing's been useful. Eek. Oh, Miss Anya, what a funny joke. Oh, come on, damn it. Anya looks upward pleadingly, as if she's given up on everything. She then shuffles over to the sofa and collapses onto its soft fabric. Anya sees that and says, Miss Anya, you're so funny, which only causes Anya to groan again. Well, anyway, what brings you all the way out here today? I've got a bit of a hunch. Pacifica crosses her arms and gives Clara an ice-cold glare. But Clara just looks back at her without batting an eye. I can't believe it. Oh, right, it seems there's a misunderstanding about the new ghost in town. I've had enough of that poopy priest excuses. The priest isn't poopy. The poop isn't priesty. Crying. He's a priest. He's a poop. Priest. Poop. Priest. Priest. Poop. Priest. Poop. Okay, fine. He's not a priest. He's poop. I get it. Yeah, he's poop. What? Would you cut it out with the hua, you poop? The priest is a wonderful man. I'm sure he has his reasons. I believe you'll understand one day, Miss Pacifica. Lord. What reason could he possibly have to label the new girl dangerous and lock her up? Oh, I guess we're almost through this one, huh? Okay. I'm sure he cannot give any reason that people would understand right now. I believe he'll explain in full when the time comes. So why did you come here personally? I didn't want you to hate the priest, so I came here to come to his defense on his behalf. That's too much. Leave it alone. So you're saying the poop didn't send you here personally? You should have just said so earlier. I thought for sure the poop had entrusted you with some poopy message. No matter how much Pacifica makes fun of the priest, Claire's eyes never lose their shine. I can do nothing but shudder as I watch the conversation unfold. The priest delivers the word of God to us, and Clara wants to deliver the word of the priest to everyone. Anya! I heard you. Poop poop. Don't bother with the fireplace. The window will do. It saves us the trouble of cleaning up. You think so? I always thought that girls who pull the whole cutesy act deserve to die in a fire. Wow! Jesus! Hey, this isn't the time to joke around. I'm not leaving until this misunderstanding is cleared up. I know that you will understand. Claire shuts her eyes. Claire shuts her eyes as if completely pleased by her own words. She's acting like a ghost. As in the sort of incorporeal ghost that's tricky to deal with since any attacks phase right through it. A troublesome specter that's always present and can never be interacted with. I see. Please leave. You can either leave through the door or through the window. Your choice. No, I'm not leaving. Let's be friends, Miss Pacifica, Miss Anya, and Miss Ninja. Can't even call me my name. Okay, look, I'm not a ninja, okay? I see you've chosen the window then. Pacifica lets out an exasperated sigh. I won't give in to fear. You're the ones who are afraid, but it's okay. Everything will be okay. God loves all his children, after all. This motherfucker's annoying. Pacifica! Amen! Pacifica grasps Claire by the shoulder. They ain't even opened the window. I feel tired all of a sudden. Today's just the worst. What were her final words? Hua. Why would you say hua when you've been thrown out of a window? At least say eep or something. Guys probably like that part about her. The what part? I mean. The wind's blowing in through the broken window, but none of us complain. We'd rather invite the cold in than invite her. That's hilarious. The decorations sway in the chill, invisible wind. Anya and Pacifica ignore it as they sit back on the sofa. I'm sorry you went through all this for me. I sit directly on the floor, a little bit away from them, and lean against the wall. Warm air rises, so it's much colder near the floor than you would expect. I hate myself for failing to find a better seating position. Girl, just get up. Having failed to accomplish their duty, the welcome party decorations look somehow cold. That poor new ghost. I hope for her sake that she's not the cutesy type. Don't worry about it. I'm not mad at you, Sayoko. I'm mad at the church. You know that, don't you? Well, yeah, but I was thinking I caused you a lot of trouble. I don't know the specifics, but I realized Pacifica's worked really hard. For my sake. So that she could make me a friend. Even if I stopped being her friend? What's that supposed to mean? I didn't hear everything that the dummy Anya over here said, but it's not like we want to stop being friends with you or anything. We just wanted to do something for you as a token of reconciliation. Aw. But physical objects quickly disappear, you know, so we wanted to give you a friend. It's like planning a surprise party. Aw. We've already gotten this far, so we might as well see this whole thing through, right? We didn't mean to trick you or anything, honest. Yeah, I understand. It's okay. Actually, I should be apologizing for all this trouble I've caused. Before I can finish that thought, I sink into silence. I'm cold, the heater's on, but that's like bailing out a sinking ship with a thimble. It's too cold for comfort. Aren't you cold? Why not sit over here? Yeah, that's right. Oh, Pacifica and I scooch over and make some room for me in the middle. It should be much better than on the floor. And we all might be warmer if we share body heat. I get up, stand in place, and hesitate for quite some time. In the end, I decline the offer. I tell them I'm going home since I'm tired today. Come on now. Okay, sorry about today. I'll plan a bunch of stuff and get it all prepped by tomorrow, so please come back once you wake up. I'll be waiting. Let's drink coffee again. Aw, sure. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Let them love you. Avoidant. Wait, let me walk you. I tell her she can just walk me to the entrance as we part ways. The moment the door closes, I can hear Anya's voice through the gap saying, maybe I should go home too. The sky's still dark. There's still ghosts coming and going around this time. Considering the whole commotion earlier, I should probably avoid Main Street. I walk stealthily, avoiding contact with others. I don't feel especially cold since it was already pretty cold inside the room. They wanted to make a new friend for me. That's what those two said. I feel like that's part of why I was so intrigued by the idea of a new ghost in town too. Anya, Pacifica, and I ended up getting ourselves quite the reputation. A new ghost would be convenient as a friend since she won't be aware of any of the town's history. I figured that was part of it too. She's equally distant from everyone, so if we get to her first, we're sure to get on her good side. That's probably what I've been subconsciously thinking. The subconscious is an amazing thing, right? I think my subconscious is smarter than I am, so in other words, their present matches my needs. Regardless of how they try to show it, they treat me like a friend. It truly does feel like a present. But if they want me to have a present, even if I won't be their friend anymore, it doesn't really make me happy. I sigh. I want to be friends with them forever. Oh, I never really thought I needed a new friend. I'm satisfied just spending time with the two I have. Oh, but saying that would be like telling them, no thanks, I don't want your present. I don't want to do that. I feel like presents should make both the recipient and the giver happy. I mean, I've given presents myself before. Haven't I? Hopefully I have. I desperately search through my empty memory and arrive at my apartment before I know it. I'm home. Pacifica's house isn't that far away, but I feel like I've walked quite a distance. I wonder what happened to the elderly man and the police. Hopefully they don't come for revenge. I don't want to be thrown and shot repeatedly as payback. That gives me an idea. Oh yeah. I figured out something I can do. Maybe I can pay them back somehow. I don't think I've really used my brain to think up something like that in a long time. Teehee. I can't hold back a giggle. Just when they thought I was out. That's the cryptic thought that comes to mind. And as soon as it crosses my mind, I tumble down the stairs. But that doesn't stop me from thinking about how I can pay them back. Even later at night, when maybe 60 or 70% of the town's ghosts are asleep, a man stands in front of the entrance of the church, one of the biggest buildings in town alongside the station. He's not dressed in appropriate church attire, however. His oily face is covered in stubble. His gloves have spotty discoloration. His boots are tattered. You can tell his hat smells just by looking at it. His gloves have spotty discoloration. Oh, it repeated. His protruding belly pushes against his coat and the questionable stains on it, and most of all, he has a rifle. He's a watchman. They're seen at the church from time to time. Whenever something happens, watchmen stand guard in front of the church. These men patrol the church with guns, clearly neither clergy nor a parishioner. The men don't know why they've been deployed, but the priest has ordered them to guard the church, so they guard the church, even if it's empty. The priest just has that much influence in this town. This particular man might look dumb, but his eyes are good enough that he doesn't need glasses, so he notices a boy approaching. Hey kid, no unauthorized access today. With great difficulty, the man tells the boy that access is restricted. But I would like to pray. Can't you make an exception? The boy shyly pleads with the man. No can do, sonny. Can't let nobody pass through. The man grips his rifle and thrusts it, threatening the boy. But the boy doesn't falter. The man can't read his facial expression since the boy's cap is covering his face. I didn't say there wouldn't be anything in it for you. The boy speaks. Please take this. The boy holds out a tiny resealable bag with 3 white pills inside. They're top quality. Oh? The man hesitates. He takes a bit of time to reach an answer. Oh, fine. So you'll let me through? Just make it quick. The man clears the way. He figured that if the boy were a malicious intruder, he wouldn't try waltzing in through the front door. And perhaps another reason is that the man was already looking forward to enjoying those pills. Figured. And thus, my infiltration of the church is a success. Woo. Just like a ninja. That sigh must have broken my concentration. Because my disguise, a coat, mask, wig, and other things I picked up from the garbage dump instantly disappear. So do the remaining mint flavored tablets, even though I only took 3 of them to put in that bag. Just for formality's sake, I should apologize to the recycle shop for stealing the clothes and whatnot. It looks like I can carry fewer things than most other ghosts can. Though I guess maybe I've only forgotten that fact and I'm just now remembering it. But I don't have time to get lost in thought about it like I usually do. Because I hear someone, or rather, I hear and see someone at the same time. And just the sight of that someone alone is enough to make me sick. What brings you to the church this late at night? There stands the priest. Are you the priest? It'd be stupid to ask that, so I don't. The priest matches the priest in my vague memories, so this priest must be the priest. He reminds me of a long dead lion. His swept-back hair looks like a mane. His eyes have the striped glint of a carnivore. His voice is low like a growl, and he carries himself confidently, like a true king of beasts. Though he's more like a king of ghosts. This king, who appears to be around 30 years old, stands like a priest, with his hands held behind his back as he talks to me gently. How strange. I believe we had already closed for worship today. Not the bomb in the background. When the priest moves, I smell the scent of dust and burnt out candles. While I hate the church, I don't hate this smell. They let me in because I said I had some business here. I see. Rules are rules, and upholding the rules is a watchman's job. So I can't have a watchman helping someone break the rules. He must be reminded of the rules. Oh, did I say the word rules too much? It was a lot. The priest laughs. I can't help but laugh too. What is this feeling? He looks at me with composure and magnanimity. This feeling. Yes, he's like God. I heard you got quite violent downtown today. And that's something about him that I hate. Why did you leave your room? As soon as the priest says that, his composure and magnanimity disappear. It's like a switch has been flipped. He's ready to take on the ninja that killed an elderly man and the police. Composure and magnanimity. That's 2 things I've stolen from him. I'm just a little bit happy. A friend suddenly came for a visit. I tell him the plain truth. I thought something like that would never happen again. I thought I had sealed away the evil. Bow. The priest keeps staring at me. I don't think he intends to take his eyes off me for a moment, not even to blink. And at the same time, it's like he's looking through me and back to that day. I wish I could see it too. I wish I could reclaim my past. There's something scary about the existence of an unfamiliar me. You've changed quite a bit since the last time I saw you. For a moment, I didn't recognize you, but I surmised if anyone was going to pay us a visit, it would be you. My chest hurts, like a tooth cavity, like a long, drawn-out pain that'll deprive me of sleep. So that must explain why Pacifica and Anya seem hesitant to get in touch with me. I've changed, and probably not for the better. Those 2 are nice, so they won't talk about it. I didn't notice. Those 2 have been watching over me, and the current me has just been taking advantage of their kindness. The me that those 2 talk about is just my empty shell. They embrace that shell, put on smiles, and explain things that should be common knowledge. Ah, this pain. Is it my heart? I heard someone say that the heart has no sense of pain, but that can't be right. But something has to hurt for me to feel this pain. Where is the pain? I can't tell where it is. I can't heal it. I hate this. The new ghost is here, right? Give her back. I speak in a firmer tone, I want to get out of here as soon as possible. Give her back, but she's not yours, and you've never had her. She's dangerous, maybe even more dangerous than you. I need her. For what purpose? My friends need her in order to help me, so I want to help them get her. It's a strange thing to say, I know. Maybe I'm broken, but this is the answer I've come up with. So please don't interfere. I see. The priest says in exasperation. He's probably stopped trying to understand where I'm coming from. I cannot allow you to take her. She is a witch, a disruptor of the town's peace. I must seal her away. Peace. What is peace? We're ghosts. We don't die if we're killed. Does peace even exist for us? If so, then isn't every ghost already forcibly sealed away inside of this so-called peace? God is testing us. Until the day we earn His mercy, I must guide the townspeople to protect the peace and live modest lives, for that is my purpose. The priest looks at me arrogantly with his hand still held behind his back. He may be cautious of me, but he's calm. He has people to support him. He has a purpose to live for each day. He has a fulfilling life. I can't lose to someone like that. When we earn His mercy, He will lead us to paradise. By spreading His word to even one more person, we can live better lives. And I intend to hold out until that time. Each sin cleansed is another step toward paradise. Even someone as empty as me can realize that. And so I pour all of my nothingness into it. Ooh, perspective change. That's unacceptable. I love the detailing. Something lights up my empty shelf. I flash back to Pacifica's room with the broken window for just a moment. I don't know who I heard it from, but someone once said that people respond better to anecdotes than logic. That's why smart people use tall tales to garner respect and amass fortunes. No idea when or where I heard that. As always, how annoying. That's probably what inspires me to talk back, interrupting the priest. You can't sway me with a tall tale like that. I say probably because it doesn't really feel like I'm the one who said it. It's not a tall tale, it's the truth, all of it. I'm not just some suggestible little girl. But you can be, as long as that is what God so desires. How long will you make this out to be God's fault? Do you hate this place that much? Just give it up already. There's no escape. Surprisingly enough, I laugh. A laugh that's a mess of different human emotions. Now that I think about it, people laugh all the time, whether they're happy, mad, or sad. But it's just a different sort of laugh. That's probably why it's appropriate to laugh in just about any sort of situation. Who am I, anyway? Who's this girl who's talking? Some organ inside my body feels like it's been set on fire, and that fire is setting me in motion. The magma-like heat boils my blood and circulates through my body. Even my head becomes a red-hot lump of heat, lighting up every last nook and cranny of my thought process. Silence! The priest brings his hands forward, away from his back, revealing an automatic pistol which he points at me, just as I suspected, I suppose. You're evil! A demon! Sorry, but there's no demons here, just ghosts. It's ridiculous that you pretend we're alive when we're already dead. Our souls are alive! I'm going to shoot you. You'll revive. Lives and souls be damned. It's just a universal rule. The same thing that happens to objects happens to us. I'm motivated by something more precious. The likes of you could never understand how I feel. The priest has completely lost his composure, his magnanimity, and his high horse. He's no longer a lion, just a man. He's just a man, which is why he must rely on a gun. A god wouldn't need a gun. I feel good, satisfied. Perhaps this is how it feels to rob someone of something truly precious to them. I won't be silent. What I have to say concerns you too. Come on, don't give up in this cold, dark place. Just silence, please. Don't say the same thing she did. I feel a hint of compassion for the priest as I conclude with this final question. How long will you keep waiting, and for whom? I don't understand the words coming out of my mouth, but I do know that they're the last words that should come out of my mouth. Why? I don't know why I know. Hopefully someone does. I'll kill you! I see the priest pull the trigger in slow motion, but once I see it, my attention is drawn behind me. Father! Back towards the door I came in. The door opens, and in comes the man I slipped past earlier, his rifle drawn. The man instantly processes the situation and... Ninja! How dare you fool me? Die! Saying that, he pulls the trigger, but it's already too late. I'd already pulled a pistol out of my coat and aimed it at his brow. At this point, I'm not even questioning my lightning fast movements. Damn! I think of what I want to do and do it. It's so natural, I've come to accept this unfamiliar me. Accursed ninja! Priest fires without hesitation. He probably realized that now that the man's here, chaos and destruction in the church will be unavoidable. But his aim is off, so there's no need for me to even move from this spot. Ow, I guess I miscalculated a little bit. What do you want? The priest yells. I think to myself, how should I know? But I answer, I said so at the start, didn't I? I leap off the ground, quickly closing the distance between me and the priest. The priest seems to be quite the skilled marksman, but it's nothing I can't dodge. So I take the gun I stole from the police officer and thrust it at his brow. I'm here to see the girl. I close my eyes. Bang, the sound of a gun. Thud, the sound of something human-sized collapsing onto the ground. The sound of blood roars in my ears. Who's there? But I can still pick up the soft sound of footsteps. Ah. A perfectly cute voice, one that I remember. It looks like something's in the darkness of the pews. Ka-thunk. I heard some sort of machine starting up. After a moment's delay, a siren starts to roar. Someone must have pulled the fire alarm or something. I'm sure the police and the priest's followers will come rushing in soon. Clara, stop the alarm. Right, if someone's in the church, it's probably her. I open my eyes. But from the darkness, I can hear a feeble voice protest. You want to be my friend, don't you? But she sounds hesitant. Stop it. I aim in the general direction of where she's hiding and fire. I didn't hit, but that's fine. The sound stops. I know that this sort of alarm can be switched off manually. I step toward the darkness. It doesn't look like she's going to run away, or maybe she can't. I step up next to Clara as she desperately tries to keep standing on her shaking legs. Miss Sayoko, please apologize. I'm sure everyone will forgive you if you step down now. It'll be fine. I'm sure everything will be fine. Lead the way. Let me help you, Miss Sayoko. I made a flower out of paper. You can have it. That offer is somewhat attractive, actually. I imagine myself apologizing and everyone forgiving me and loving me like they love Clara. But then Pacifica and Anya would hate me, so no thanks. I refuse. I said lead the way, poophead. Oh! I wouldn't expect her to do all that. I strike Clara in the face, making a proper fist with my hand, of course. Clara flies back about half a meter, her nose bleeding. She places her hand on the ground, trying to get up, but fails. She looks confused. She hasn't realized that she's been roughed up a bit. But she's not crying. She's just got a bewildered look on her face. She still doesn't realize what's going on, and that irritates me. I hate you, but I might come to like you. Lead the way unless you want me to hit you again. Damn, you're abusive. I spit out those words. To be honest, I don't hate her enough that I want to hear her. Clara silently gets up without wiping her bloody nose, and with a delicate, truly ghostly voice, she says, "This way." And she leads the way. Let's be friends when this is all over. I don't know about all that, homie. Clara doesn't respond. Yeah, you decked her. And what kind of response is that? This is probably my first time walking around the place. It feels kind of strange and creepy. It's like I've got motion sickness. The church is a big, conspicuous building, so I'm used to seeing it from the outside. I guess what's so off-putting is the contrast between how much I think I know the building versus how little I actually know about it. It should be so obvious, though. I mean, it shouldn't come as a surprise to know that a box contains things, right? Come to think of it, I know even less about myself than I previously did. I keep surprising myself again and again. It feels like I'm not even me. But looking at things objectively, maybe this is the real me. However, there's no way for me to know for sure. For some reason, I'm exhausted. I bet. I can't concentrate. That's not good. The gun I'm pointing at Clara feels so heavy. Can you imagine being like, oh, let's be friends after this? You're literally pointing your gun at this person. You've just punched them in the face, and you're like, let's be friends. I don't think I want to be your fucking friend. It's time to go up all these stairs. Look at this! Look at this! Let's be friends! Okay. How many floors does this building have? 4. We're on the 3rd floor. It seems like this central staircase is the only staircase connecting all the floors, which severely narrows down the available escape routes. Looks like Clara's nose stopped bleeding as we were walking. We quickly advance forward. I've already given up memorizing a way back. Neither of us say a word. We're here. Clara speaks plainly as she stands by the door. She looks like a robot who's almost, but not quite human. Her current mental state must be like what mine normally is. And you did that! There's not that much of a height difference between me and Clara. Her hair is about the same length as mine too, even though it's a different texture. If I usually look like she does now, I must really come off as a weirdo. Girl, you go in first. I think a lot of different things, but that's what I end up saying. Okay. Clara opens the door. She then puts her hands together and bows, and after a moment's delay, I realize that it's out of deference to me. Pardon the intrusion. Warmth flows in through the doorway. The heating must be on. Someone's in there. There's someone I came here to see. Oh my god, literally the moment from earlier with her having her gun pointed at this girl's head while they're eating ham. Pardon the intrusion. I can't help but say that now that Clara said it. Something akin to dread suddenly overcomes me. After all, despite all I've done to come see her, there's no guarantee that she'll see me in a positive light. Who will she trust more? The church that confined her? Or the girl who comes barging in with a gun and a hostage? I'm curious to find out, but I've got no idea what to expect. What if she's completely unlikable? I don't know if I can get along with her then. Or maybe I should be worrying about me being the completely unlikable one. Yeah, maybe you should. I hear a voice. An unfamiliar voice. The voice of the new girl. I suddenly cast my eyes down. You have a visitor. You must be cold. Come in. Don't be a stranger. Yes, you. In the back, too. I look up by reflex. In a single moment, I think about a lot of things. And in a single moment, I forget them. Like a sort of flashback. By the time I realize that this is what anxiety feels like, I can already see the girl. I intended to be more mentally prepared when I first met her, but things have been a bit, shall we say, sudden. I'm so nervous. My eyes are blurring. In my blurred vision, I feel like I can see many different things, like rain, or school, or summer heat, or laughing with someone. And like a dream, they all suddenly come to mind and disappear as suddenly as they came. But why? The fearful me is already the usual me. I wonder how comfortable being fearful can be. Congratulations. She looks at me. At the very least, she's smiling. Sorry to keep you waiting. I give an odd reply, perhaps due to the tension. Nah, y'all have met before. Y'all know each other. This is just a reunion. Why would I say sorry to keep you waiting in response to congratulations? Because congratulations, you made it to me. But for just a second, it seemed like the proper thing to say. I just don't get it anymore. That might explain why I'm smiling. Or maybe it's totally unrelated. I don't know. Either way, we both smile. I'm no longer afraid. I stare at her for a second. She's got big eyes, round, girly cheeks, and a smile that makes you happy just by looking at it. I feel like I came here to check on something, but I've forgotten what exactly. What's your name? I intend to take her back with me as soon as I learn her name. My name is yet to be determined. Interesting. Yet to be determined. I'm crying. Once I say myself, I'm realized she's saying she doesn't have a name, not that this is her name. Hilarious. I'm a little slow on the uptake when it comes to things like that. Ah, jeez. I don't know how ghosts get their names. Do they keep their names from before becoming ghosts, or do they get new ones? No idea. So hey, are you two free right now? No, I'm not free right now, but I'm trying to free you. Please run away with me right now. Oh, good. Miss Yet to Be smiles, a carefree smile. I can tell just by looking at her that she's genuinely pleased. Honestly, I think that's a nice trait to have. Then why don't we eat some ham together? It's delicious, you know? You too, Clara. Unfortunately, it seems the new girl's not a good listener. This is plain bad, but I don't repeat myself. After all, there's no use talking to someone who doesn't listen. Can we go after we eat? I shift gears instead. We have to run quick, right? Let's eat fast so we can run fast, okay? That ain't how that works. Okay. It's not that she's not listening. This person listens, ignores. I don't know what's worse. That's right. She's the type of person who's tiring to talk to. Does she even understand that she's being held captive or why I'm here? Okay, I get it. Let's eat. There were no rifle shots, just a few pistol shots. The alarm got shut off quickly. We went straight to this room. I made sure that Clara didn't take any roundabout route to buy time. Backup will probably be here before long, but it's not here now. There are many worries in this world, but I know that very few of those worries will actually come true. Clara. Yes? Eat like your life depends on it. That's why she was eating the most of it. If I do, will you surrender? She said something stupid, so I pistol whip her with a thud. Oh my god. I didn't have to think about accidental discharge since the gun's already out of bullets. I'll think about it. No, hurry. Why would you say you'll think about it after you just whacked her upside the head with this gun? Oh my god. Okay. Oh, she looks so sad. Fresh blood flows out of Clara's nose. You so wrong. Ta-da! This is fucked up. On the table is a bone-in ham. Its smoky scent can be smelled from steps away, and most of all, its size is overwhelming. Meat is a precious commodity in this town. You would think it makes sense for him to be in this town since it's literally dead meat. But despite the fact that you can find freeze-dried, canned, and frozen meats everywhere, you'll rarely see meat as meaty as this. Pacifica lives in such a nice house, yet I doubt even she could buy something like this. It's too big for me to eat by myself, so I'm glad you two came along. How did you get this? A man gave it to me. The priest? Oh, so that's who he was. Aha, that's kind of funny. As we sit down at the table, I keep my gun thrust at Clara. This is fucked. Miss Yetsubi doesn't even address the elephant gun in the room. I don't know if she's ignoring it or if she just thinks it is what it is. Everyone's got their quirk. Maybe if you figure out someone's quirk, you can figure them out. But I guess for some people, their quirk is being quirkless. Clara clearly has no appetite for the feast before her. Neither do I, but at this rate, the ham's not going anywhere. And so, if you eat quickly, I'll put the gun down. We shall eat then. Clara reaches for the knife to cut the ham. She awkwardly cuts the ham and starts gulping it down like a garbage truck. Oh, you've got such a good appetite. Miss Yetsubi cheers and pours a bottle into a glass. Let's dig in. This is so messed up. I start eating the ham too. Yep, let's do that. Miss Yetsubi starts eating as well. Ham is a luxury food and already delicious on its own, but there's a certain something that spices it up all the more. For once, I was able to find the answer after just a little bit of thinking. It's already bedtime outside. Morning is near. A human might call this a late night snack, a meal outside of proper mealtime. I just remembered that midnight snacks are especially yummy, but I'm sure I'll just forget again as words. But I'm sure I'll just forget again soon enough. I feel that something like this has happened before, but unfortunately, I can't remember. Woo. Once I finally managed to swallow an overly thick slice of ham, I let out a big sigh. We finished half of the ham. I'm concentrating. That's a rare occurrence for me. Tonight's just full of rare occurrences. We're eating ham. There's a ham on the table as big as my head, and we're eating it with such gusto in order to escape quickly. The world is silent save for the clattering of tableware, the chewing of ham, and the occasional crackling of firewood. It's almost as if everything outside this room has been annihilated, and the world only exists for us to eat ham. And when I say us, I mean me, Miss Yetsubi determined, and a crying Clara with a bloody nose. She's the one eating the most. This situation is very much like a dream. The softness of the high pile rug seems to numb my senses. I love the bookends that they do in this. It's like a dream. I ponder that thought again. The situation we're in is indeed like a dream. But is that a good thing? At least that's what I think to myself as I prod Claire's temple with my gun. Crazy. Eventually, we finish off the gigantic ham. Y'all really finna run around after that? That was delicious. Miss Yetsubi strokes her belly in satisfaction while I try my best to keep myself from throwing up. Claire's probably in the same boat, too. You see, Miss Yetsubi quickly got full and excused herself, after which she watched us eat and said things like, "You two can really eat. Is it good?" So Claire and I ended up finishing off the majority of the ham. Now then, Miss Yetsubi steps up from her chair and claps her hands together. Oh, the alarm! The stopped alarm starts ringing once again. Please wait here, Clara. If you run away, I'll kill you 9,999 times. I run out of the room and check what's happening outside. I don't sense anyone on this floor. The priest's corpse must have been spotted by now, and it should be clear that I'm the one who killed him. I think to myself, if I were the backup forces, I'd gradually go up the stairs to corner me. There's no time. I rush back to the room and take Clara and the new girl. Oh, my suitcase. Miss Yetsubi says right as we're about to leave. No, it'll just hold us back. I'm in a tight spot here, and there's no guarantee that I can protect her and her baggage. Can we come back for it later? I decided to lie. We can come back for it anytime. Okay then. Just a little white lie. It's nothing. A gunshot rings out from a lower floor. They must have found the corpse. After that first shot, several follow after it. Then I hear something break. Sounds like they've got shotguns. That's no good. I guess they must have mistaken something for me. They ought to keep a cooler head. Crying. But that just goes to show how much they fear the ninja. Good. Excellent. If you people want me to be a ninja, then I'll play the part. Being bloodthirsty is simple. It's kind of nice actually. Makes you painfully aware that we're dead. Jeez. The gunshots stop. I hear men's voices. They must be arguing. Maybe they're pretending to clear the area, but I think they should keep it quiet. Sounds pretty dangerous down there. Shoot, something super important is gonna be in their luggage. I just know it. Miss Yetsubi murmurs. Don't worry. I continue. We're going up. If we can't go down, then our only option is to go up. I'll show you the ninja's true potential. Miss Yetsubi leads the way as I threaten Clara to keep going up the stairs. Oof. Clara tumbles, probably not on purpose. Her nose starts to bleed yet again. Maybe she plans to die from nasal blood loss. Over here, 4th floor. But as a result, our pursuers have spotted us. I pick up one girl knees charm and dash up the stairs. I leap through the first door I see without hesitation. They don't chase after us immediately. Maybe they want to be sure they can overwhelm me, or maybe they're thinking they just need to block the center staircase to corner the rat. That's an extremely logical thought, as long as you don't expect the rat to go even higher. What is this room? It's the priest's room. I see. What a lonely little room. Just a big desk and a full-length window. Actually, I guess since there are several lonely little rooms, they're not so lonely or little when put together. I stare out the window. Things don't look so bad outside. In fact, it looks better than I expected. I feel kind of pumped up. I'm sure I can pull off what I'm about to attempt. Miss Yetsubi gleefully cheers as she jumps onto the soft desk chair. Well, whatever. I've got an idea. Stand here. I place my hand on Clara's shoulder. There's not much of a height difference between us, so our faces are close. I look closely at her face. I'm sorry, Clara. Mr. Ninja? You must be cold. Here, you can wear my coat. I take off my coat and am instantly reminded of just how cold this town can be. Now then. Hey, what's the plan? How do we escape? I have no time to answer, Miss Yetsubi. Any last words? I asked Clara as I hid under the shadow of the desk. With my gun still trained on her, of course. I don't take my eyes off her. Clara tries to speak, but she just fidgets and fails to say anything in the end. Time sluggishly crawls on. Miss Yetsubi looks at me with concern. I want to give her some reassuring words, but what comes out of my mouth is anything but trustworthy. Everything will be okay. Jesus. By the time I say that, the faraway footsteps are already upon us. There's already somewhere between 6 and 8 men on the other side of the door, and they must be armed with rifles or other guns. Any last words? I swivel my head to face in my direction. I'm sorry, but now we're playing on the same field. No, it wasn't me who swiveled her head. It's just Clara dressed like me and with a hairstyle similar to mine, but the resemblance is uncanny. I'm sure we'll meet again. Maybe we can be friends then. She does look like me. I hope you'll understand one day. You. What's she going to say? You're crazy? You have no morals? That makes sense. I've studied human rights, but not ghost rights. Slam. They kick the door in. I do have last words. Clara speaks. Poophead. Crying. Hehehe. What's that supposed to mean? I laugh. I don't think I could do anything but laugh. I guess maybe Clara really does understand after all. I hide my head under the shade of the desk. I firmly push down Miss Yetabe's head so that it doesn't come back up. Guns. Gunshots. Not only can they take out your eardrums, they could very well take out your whole ears too. Oh, I know what this is. The substitution jutsu. You are correct. I suppose this is the reality according to those muscle-bound idiots. The intruder kills the priest, runs up to the top floor, but once they corner her, she stands dumbfounded in the dread of death. The men shoot me to death with their guns. Eventually the priest will return from the garbage dump and praise the men, maybe even reward them somehow. The dread of death? Please. This is why you guys are someone else's subordinates. We're ghosts, remember? Well, in any case, they must fear death themselves. Which is why they shot at me. That's so messed up. Used her as a whole double. That's so messed up. They must have heard the stories of me being a ninja. Literally substitution jutsu. That's hilarious. That's crazy. And to hide their fear, they shot at me with an unreasonable amount of bullets. It all happens in a flash. The desk is big and sturdy, so there's no need to worry about getting hit by any bullets that ricochet or pierce through the wood. So I look towards the window. Several of the bullets are meant for Clara hit the glass instead. At least one of the men must have lousy aim. Beyond the glass is the same town as ever. It looks more beautiful than it does from my apartment, but it's just a small little ghost town. Ow, ow. Oops, I loosen my grip. Miss Yetabe nods her head as if to say, I know. For some reason, that makes me feel relieved. Nothing like a holy woman going down, huh? Oh my god! Correction. I don't think I feel relieved at all. The muzzle flash illuminates the scattering blood. It's my blood, or rather, the blood of Clara disguised as me. It makes me kind of sick to think about it like that. Bullets rain down upon the bulky glass before us. Cracks form here and there before it finally shatters, thus eliminating the barrier between us and the town. Or perhaps I should call it the barrier between us and a sudden drop. But either way, it's a barrier we don't need right now. And at the same time, I hear something collapse behind us. I don't want to look. She's not just a nun. She's Clara. I clearly remember that fact. Let's go. Huh? You're kidding. No way. The fact that she's saying that means she understands what I'm suggesting. I forcibly wrap my arm around her waist and halfway carry her. I wasn't expecting her to be thin or anything, but she's thicker than I expected. In fact, her thickness is kind of reassuring. Thickness! I'll give you the signal. You are kidding, right? I can fly! Go ahead! A man reflexively pulls the trigger when he sees me get up. His aim is so bad, his shot doesn't hit. The other men follow his lead, but they're too late. Without a word, we leap out of the window. Miss Yetabe screams something, but I'm not sure that counts as a word. We leap out of the top of the church from the window of the priest's room. We fall into the cold wind with some late shot in the dark gunfire behind us. It's cold. Something feels cold inside me. The me who was in me moments before is now gone. I start thinking irrelevant thoughts like, you shouldn't go outside without a coat. But the lack of a coat means I can better feel the warmth of the girl under my arm. I'm so happy. Miss Yetsubi says those words, like a soft whisper. It's a mystery to me how I'm able to hear her voice through all the whooshing wind sounds. But it's enough to make me feel satisfied. It's astonishing, really. Just like magic. Maybe she really is a witch. She made tonight a good night, despite all the trouble and all the cold. Back in my home country, ghosts wouldn't leave for the afterlife until they were content enough. Myself, I wouldn't mind leaving right now. Oh, that's really nice. This is nothing. Also, keep this a secret, but... I only whispered, but it seems she heard me too. How strange. I'm not actually a ninja. Oh, I'm not actually a witch either. I figured. Teehee. This is cute. Amongst all the craziness, this is cute. It feels like we've been falling forever. I wonder what's up with that. Love that they crashed there, of all places. But obviously, we've got to land eventually. We end up crashing onto Anya's armored vehicle. Obviously, we couldn't just get up and walk away if we landed on a hard metal roof. But thankfully, Anya was considerate enough to fasten that sofa from earlier onto the top. As a result, we're able to pull off an exceptionally gentle landing. Yahoo! I'm one hell of a driver, ain't I? Goddamn. But are those church heads up top? An unusually enthusiastic Anya pops her face out of the driver's seat window. Watch your language. I hear a third from inside the car. Anya groans. Get in, quick. Pacifica pops her face out of the passenger seat window and urges us in. At the same time, we hear a gunshot, and several meters in front of the car, a random pile of snow bursts open. Get in before you get sniped! Miss Yetsubi and I hop into the back seat, and at the same time, we hear a concerning metal clank, suggesting the car got hit by a bullet. But this is an armored vehicle, so it's invincible. And in this moment, so are we. Ooh. It's been ages since I've ridden in a car. I miss the low engine roar, so I can't help but listen closely to it. Nobody talks, probably because we hear a police car siren coming from behind. After a while, once we can no longer hear the police car siren, Anya parks the car in an alley somewhere. But even then, the silence isn't broken until I finally speak up and address Anya. Say, Anya. Yeah? This is the same one, isn't it? Yeah, why? I didn't realize you still had it. I do. It'd be a waste to get rid of it, you know? I'm sorry. Don't apologize. I'm glad you came when you did. You're welcome for that. This is sweet. Anya lets out a sigh, as if she tried to laugh but failed. If only that were the case. Look at the two of you getting all lovey-dovey. Anyway, why'd you call her and not me? Pacifica takes out a bag of snacks from somewhere and opens it. You think snacks would be out of place in an armored vehicle, and yet, somehow, it works. I didn't know your number, Pacifica. You could have just asked Anya. I was in a hurry. I had to prepare a disguise too. A disguise? I disguised myself and handed those mint favorite tablets to a watchman as a bribe, and then I put a new ventilation hole into the priest's skull and turned the nun into a colander. It's not until after I finished talking that I realized, oh crap, I shouldn't have said that. What I did was a small-scale insurrection, far from what any normal person would call ethical. I don't think those two would easily approve of my actions here. I'm sure they were expecting something a little more peaceful. I get the feeling I should have lied about it, but I don't want to. For real? Good thing we're friends. Anya says that so casually. Thank you. So I casually respond. Inigo something is about priorities. Hey, Sayoko. You said I'm gonna jump, so bring the car behind the church, right? After I'd gotten home from Pacifica's house, I called Anya on the phone. That's right, the phone is a direct line between me and Anya. Anya quickly picked up, and I quickly hung up. I finally understand why I keep avoiding the phone. Must be the type of person who's not good with phones. Did you think that Anya of Green Gables here would understand what you meant just with that one sentence? Do you know what she said to me when she came to me for help? Why is she popping all around the car? Pacifica munches on the corn snacks quietly, yet angrily. Yeah, I said, what's that supposed to mean? Exactly. If we did exactly what you said, we'd all be in jail right now. You understand? Pacifica opens up a second bag. Miss Yetsubi reaches for the bag, only to get her hand slapped away. Eep. That's why I came to you for help, okay? And I'm the one who told you to tie the sofa onto the roof. This girl was just going to bring the car as it was, you know? She's got poop for brains, remember? That's fine. No, it's not. Pacifica shouts. Miss Yetsubi finds some snacks on her own and starts munching on them, saying, it's not as good as ham, but it's okay now that I think about it. I figured Anya would come to you for help, and you'd catch on to what I was getting at, Pacifica. I was hoping that you two would fulfill my request at least, as stated, so thanks for going above and beyond. I see. Well, okay then. Her voice is blunt, but somewhat tearful. I never want to make her cry again. We all fall silent for a while. I think it's because we're all feeling as if we had reclaimed something. Aw. But that sure turned out fun, didn't it? Indeed. Yeah. I agree. Also, question. Go ahead, new girl. Short time no see. Yes, well, where are we going? No clue. I guess none of us really planned ahead. Honestly, I only planned to bust the new girl out. I didn't think about anything after that. Seemed like you didn't. Where should we go, Sayoko? When she asks me that question, I respond with relative ease. Outside of town? I can feel the air get just a little colder. For real? Well, I kind of get where you're coming from. I don't remember what happened that day, so I want to try going out of town to jog my memory, I guess. Huh? What? Their faces freeze. What's with those looks? We don't remember. We don't remember what happened or what made you go, you know. Well, actually, I do remember a little, but we figured you'd remember, Sayoko. No, I don't remember. There are some things I remember, but they're far outweighed by what I don't remember. I'm shook, though I'm sure they're just as shook as I am. Miss Yetsubi curiously looks at each of our faces. That's right. She's an outsider. We should probably explain things to her. Just not now. All right, memory lane it is. Let's go. Anya proclaims. Yes, let's go as far as we can go. Not them repeating the cycle with a new friend. Pacifica concurs. Okay. And I agree. Outside of town? Have you been informed about ghosts and whatnot? We're ghosts, immortal and unaging. Locked up in this town. But since we're bored, we figure we'll take advantage of the chaos by going outside and crossing the boundary. Pacifica condenses the explanation, perhaps a bit too much. The way she said it was kind of blunt. Normally, you wouldn't expect an outsider to easily agree to something like that. But she will. Whoa, that sounds kind of funky. But thankfully, Miss Yetsubi isn't normal, so there's no problem. I've already learned that from my short journey with her so far. Cassie, what does she mean by funky? Funky is funky. I can see us getting along with her. Let's go. Sounds like fun. And we're off. Anya steps on the gas and the car speeds off. The ground's covered in snow, but the car just laughs it off. My heart throbs. Huh. I guess I still have a pulse even though I'm a ghost. I'm glad my kidnappers are such fun this time. Miss Yetsubi just casually and unexpectedly says that. Kidnappers? Well, I don't even know your names. Haha. I just came along for the ride before I got an explanation. So it's like you're kidnapping me. How fun. Kidnapping. The mood in the car suddenly gets tense. I did pretty much just kidnap her. But Pacifically and I don't know yet. Sayoko, did you just drag her out without giving her an explanation? And she just went along with it? I was too busy eating ham. Ham? Oh, don't worry about it. I meant kidnapping in a good way. There's a good way? Those church people wouldn't tell me anything about the town. And besides, it's more fun to be with other girls, and you all seem like nice people. Well, okay then, that's fine, I suppose. Well, as long as Miss Yetsubi is satisfied, that's fine, I guess. We all fall silent for a while. The view from outside the window gets sadder and sadder as the town slowly fades away into a barren field of snow. Outside of town. I wonder what's on the other side. We need to have a welcome party. Pacifica chimes in. I guess she's grown tired of the snacks. A welcome party? That's what we've all gathered here for. So you kidnapped me to throw a welcome party? Wow, a surprise party. Thanks. Oh, about that. How about we make it a birthday party instead of a welcome party? It seems more festive that way. A birthday party? For a ghost? How about we give you a name as a birthday present? How lovely. Sayoko, you're so talented. Talented at what? We giggle, but Anya stays quiet. I guess she's having a tough time driving. However, that isn't the case. Okay, time for some bad news. Anya clears her throat and starts speaking. This car's equipped with a powerful engine so it can run anywhere and is carrying a ton of fuel. How powerful? Let's just say that bearing wear and tear, it can pretty much run forever without resupply. Honestly, this thing's built like a tank. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be running properly. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's gonna explode. This image is hilarious. We need to run. We can't. We've got 30 seconds, and the blast radius will be hundreds of meters wide. It'll tear up the ground and spread radioactive fallout everywhere. That's an objective fact. Oh my god. As a practical solution, I propose we complete this birthday party within those 30 seconds. That's all the more reason to get off this thing. The blast radius is hundreds meters long, Passy. I suggest you give up. 25. I understand. Let's move on to the gift giving then. 22. Your name is Ham. No, wait. 18. Yoro. Yoro means night. That's what the yo in Sayoko also stands for. And we met at night. So, Yoru. For something I came with on the spot, it's actually a pretty good name, I'd say. Then, again, ghosts are dwellers of the night. So maybe every ghost in that town could be called Yoru. But these people don't know what kanji are, so I don't think anyone will catch on. What a lucky break. 2 nightly names. Within me, she is there. She is there within me. Aw. This is my little secret. Time passes as I think to myself. Whoa, that's nice and simple. It's straight to the point. Good, that's the spirit. Good name. 10 out of 10. 10. Happy birthday, Yoru. 7. We got the important stuff out of the way in just 9 seconds. Things are getting kind of hectic, but it makes me feel something. It makes me feel alive. Let's be friends. 4. The flow of time is like the temperature. If either of them drop to 0, you freeze. I'll be your friend too. 2. That's why all this commotion seems kind of warm. Welcome to the ghost town. It's a joyous sort of warmth. Thank you all! Okay, the end. And thus begins our story, I think. We made it to the end of episode 2. I like this though. I like this game. It's cute. It's cute. It's weird. It's different. Um, I dig. Sorry, I dig it. I'm excited to come back. I think when I stream next time, I'll go ahead and do the last 3 episodes. Um, but yeah, this is cool. I see why it was so highly rated. It's really interesting. I've played a few different visual novel games at this point on the channel, and I just like the different ways that they've done this. The story itself and how they lay it out. It's neat. Summer. My bad, I ain't done. It's summer everywhere you look. You can hear chattering voices everywhere. From the group of middle schoolers enjoying the breeze at the convenience store, to the elderly spacing out in the shade, to the elementary schoolers playing around in the park. As I pedal my bike, I can feel my feet getting sore from the sandals that were given to me for days like these. But I figure I can just put up with it. After all, I'll be seated for the duration of the movie. Oh, the signal turned red. I firmly squeeze the worn down brakes and my bike gradually slows down. But it doesn't come to a complete stop, so I try to plant my feet on the ground to try and forcibly stop the bike, and that's when I realize something. Crap. It's like I'm just the usual me now. This extraordinarily cute sundress came from a faraway country, but I'm not used to wearing this sort of fabric. Its new scent mixes with my own. I hope that kid doesn't find it unpleasant. The signal turns green. I start pedaling again. The wind whisks away my scent. It's a nice breeze. We're meeting by the station. I gotta hurry. I don't want to be late. I steadily pass through the residential area, in front of the supermarket, and through the roundabout. I don't get caught at any traffic signals after that. How lucky. Ah, the kid's here, and hasn't noticed me yet. What should I say? This will probably be our last time meeting, so I have to make it count. I'm just an ordinary summer sight. An average elementary schooler on summer break. I can't wait to see the movie. These little slices of memory are really cute too. Next episode. The day we found a workplace to work at. I wonder what the settings are. Oh, cool. Okay, yep. Well, I'm gonna call it here. But thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for stopping in, chatting for a bit. I plan on continuing tomorrow. Yeah, I want to go ahead and wrap this up tomorrow. Especially because I do have plans throughout the weekend. I do still plan to stream at some point over the weekend, but yeah, I have something going on Friday night, Saturday night, Thursday night. Yeah, and then I'll probably be able to stream Sunday too, but then I work. I have to like travel a little bit for work. Monday through Wednesday of next week. So I at least want to go ahead and wrap this up within these next couple days here. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. I like this. I'm actually really glad I decided to follow through and play it. I've been wanting to play it for a while, but I saw it was another visual novel game, and I was like, I've been doing that a lot. But hey, man, when they're good, they're good. I don't know what to say. But yeah, I hope you have a good night. I hope y'all rest well. Eat good food tomorrow. Drink lots of water. Stretch. Get some physical activity in if you can. And yeah, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And till next time.